the gravy, pass the gravy, pass the gravy, pass the gravy. And I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
not.
God. Okay.
But like you thought I would.
I thought you were.
You thought I
for
was.
just a second.
You were kind of bracing
Look
yourself.
at me, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
I'm
what?
back,
It's
man.
almost like you're like a normal person
Like
on
I'm
this
a-
spot.
like I'm a regular
Do you
almost?
co-host this? What?
Maybe.
Move over, Phyllis.
Coming for you, sweetheart.
Yeah, we're back.
Boom, boom.
We're back,
boom,
and
boom.
it's episode 181,
181.
and it's Big Brother week, guys.
Oh yes,
Big Brother week
I'm
is
so
upon us.
goddamn excited.
Like, there's Christmas week, like the week when you're building up to Christmas,
Right.
and then
Well,
there's
all right.
football season week.
You know when
and
you're
there's
a kid,
Big Brother week.
You know when you're a kid and like let's say the first day of school or Christmas, like Christmas Eve, you can't go to sleep because you're just so
Right.
goddamn excited. That's gonna be me tonight.
Yeah, it's
I'm not gonna be
yeah,
able
I
to
know.
sleep.
It's crazy. We're recording this on a Tuesday. The episode for the premiere is on Wednesday when we release. So you guys are probably listening to us talking in the past, but whatever. But yeah, so Big Brother's coming back on Wednesday. We got a 2-hour premiere, and then we got another episode for an hour on Thursday, and then you got the Sunday episode, and then it's just like we were telling Bobby
Back
Jokes.
in it.
Bobby Jokes is a Big Brother rookie. I transferred
I
him
was
money
him
over
last year. I was
to
him
pay
last
for his
year.
CBS All Access this week. I was like,
very
hey,
generous
just
of you.
FYI, I gave you money for CBS All Access. No excuses. Play like a champion. But I was like, dude, just like we were explaining to him before the podcast started, we're like, dude, Bobby, this is going to be the greatest summer of your life.
Robert, do you have an iPad or like a tablet or something? You have a laptop, right?
Yeah, a
So like
laptop.
you're on the go. You know, if you're like somewhere.
You can pull up on your phone too, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you can pull it up on your phone. Just pull up those live feeds and see what the house guests are
Dude,
doing.
it's
See what the
great.
hamsters
It's
are up
great.
to.
Like we were telling him, like your Wednesdays are basically like Fridays now,
Absolutely.
because like you get the Sunday. It's not Sundays don't even suck because you
Nope.
just this is a way to wind down the weekend. I'll watch some Big Brother. Then Monday starts. You don't even care that it's Monday, and then you just know like there's one more day until Big Brother. Tuesday comes. Oh, it's tomorrow.
yes.
Wednesday. Week's over. Week's over to me
Week's
once
over.
Wednesday comes around.
You're not getting any
And
work
then
done.
you're gonna watch Big Brother Wednesday, Big Brother Thursday, Friday's fucking Friday. You got the weekend, and then wind it all up again
Boom,
with Big
Sunday.
Brother. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's the perfect spiral to get you to football season, gang. And we're gonna do our drawing in
and
a
we
little
hope
bit.
you do it with us.
Yeah, yeah,
We are doing our drawing. I'm excited.
yeah.
about
I
the
know.
drawing.
We've got it all. We've got all of the bowls. We have 2 bowls, guys, that we're gonna pull from, and it's gonna be real fun.
It's gonna be
real
real fun.
fun.
Indeed. It's gonna be real fun.
All right. You want
I know we're not doing not cool quite yet, but I imagine this should be one of your not cools. You were telling me that crawfish season is wrapping up.
It is wrapping up,
That's
dude. It's
unfortunate.
getting tougher and tougher to find. And why don't I start us off with where you been then?
Okay.
Since, speaking of
The
crawdads.
The crawdads.
Where you been? 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 Where you been at? Where you been? Where you been? Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been up? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
So the streak's at 17 weeks, gang.
Nice.
I
Man, you hear that thunder? It's
I know we're broadcasting in a thunderstorm,
coming
so
down.
hopefully we keep power on the entire
We'll be
time.
all right. We'll be all right.
Got Bobby Jokes. We got a bicycle for you, so if the power goes out, you will be biking.
Yes.
And just get
Generating
ready, get those legs
electricity
warmed
that
up
way.
just in case.
That's what I do normally.
That's what he does normally. That's why we call it bowling. We need to get a laugh track. Every time Bobby Jokes says something, we got a laugh track.
Just anything.
Just anything. He'll be like, hey guys. Anyway, so 17, that's
17 weeks
insane.
of crawfish. But now, guys, I kind of posted it on our Facebook. It's getting tougher to find these places that are still going on with the crawfish
Slim
season.
pickings.
Not everybody recognizes the official end of crawfish season, and that's when goddamn I say it is.
Because it gets
Hey,
expensive.
settle down out there,
Ah,
weather.
Jesus.
Settle down. We got a podcast going on. Just chill. Just chill.
It gets expensive, huh?
It does. It's quite expensive. Now it was $10 a pound.
That's insane.
Yeah, not great.
What did we pay at Mike's? Like 4?
I think it was like 5, maybe. Yeah, around $5 a pound. It's not bad at
Jesus.
all. But so I went to Crawfish and Noodles. Tried Lotus Seafood. That was on our list of places we needed to try, and they were not serving crawdads. So we just kind of had to bail on that. I went with my brother, and then we went to Crawfish and Noodles, also high up on a lot of lists that I saw. So I went there, and I feel bad because I kind of felt like I docked them. I might have docked them a little bit just because I felt like paying $10 a pound. If you're not getting the flavor for $10 a pound, I'm not going to give you the
It's not worth
ratings
$10
for
a
$10
pound.
a pound. So I put him at number 9 in our crawfish power rankings. That'll be up on our stuff from the show page if you want to go check that out.
What's the worst one? Was the worst one we went
Raging
to?
Cajun.
Oh, yeah.
Second one was LA crawfish,
Yeah.
which was better than Raging Cajun just because I had flavor, even though the crawfish were great.
Wait a second. Not the LA crawfish.
LA crawfish Ranch 99 Market.
Because the different LA crawfish
Then
we
we
went
went
to.
to Richmond.
That one was pretty good. Where was that
It was
one on the
decent. That was number 13.
list? Okay.
They were just too small.
Yeah.
They didn't really.
I get it.
I was a little disappointed with LA crawfish this year.
All right, so
But we're gonna get a plaque made.
I sent you a text yesterday. We're definitely going Friday night.
Right.
I'm thinking.
So is
at
the
this
crawfish
point-
crawl next week?
I mean,
Or
we
are we
could just
gonna-
go to BB's.
We can't. We gotta keep trying places, dude. We got a couple more places we
What
gotta
do you
check.
What do you
out.
want to get to? You want to get to 20 different places?
I would like to get to 20 different places.
So you want to try 3 different places before,
Yes.
let's say,
ideally
July 9th?
It's a nice even number. Nice round even number. Plus the crawfish crawl.
I really want to get.
We'll
good
get BB's.
craw-
We're doing the crawfish crawl one more time, and you know BB's is always going to be serving the crawfish late. So I would like to go to maybe this weekend. We could check out 88 Boiling. Huh?
Okay.
Let's do that. What's
'Cause that place in the Heights we tried to go to?
Boyle House, but they're
Boyle.
done for the.
Oh,
they're
are
done
they?
for this season. So
That's what I'm saying. Is this at this point it's gonna be hard to find a good crawfish place.
right, but the good
I
a lot of the
wanna go to
ones.
I want to have good crawfish.
A lot of the
season is
seafood
done.
places. The
Fuck
seafood
you,
places
Alex.
are the
I might
ones
just-
that have.
I might just go to BB's mom.
Go to BB's by yourself, but we're gonna go in the crawfish crawl anyways. So it's like you might as well like wait till we go to there.
Okay. And I
You
really
know,
want oysters. I don't know why.
We can do oysters,
But ever
dude.
since we went to Mike's Seafood, I've just been having oysters
We went,
on my
we went
mind.
fried catfish, my brother.
Same
and
way
I
Willie
split
Nelson
that
and
on Friday.
Ray Charles had Georgia on their mind. Got oysters on my mind, son.
You should write a song about it.
I should.
I think it worked out for them.
Oysters.
Oysters. That's not as good, I don't
No,
think.
not as good.
But yeah, so crawfish and noodles is the number 9, cracking the top 10 barely. But just real quick, I'm gonna give you the rundown. It's also on our Stuff from the Show page. LA Fisherman, Blue Water Seafood, Bayou City Seafood and Pasta, BB's Cafe, and Hank's Crawfish are our top 5. Top 10. 6 is Mike's Seafood. 7 is The Boot. 8 is Cajun Kitchen. 9 is Crawfish and Noodles, and number 10 is Sam's Boat, Richmond. So yeah. It's been a pretty eventful year so
It
far,
is.
and then I guess we're moving on to barbecue. And we were talking about
about
it before. Pho. We're gonna
dude.
just some bros checking out pho.
Have you ever had pho?
And I've never had pho.
Never had pho either.
Everybody's
Everybody
talking
tells
about
me.
it. It's just noodles and like meat, right?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know.
Doesn't
what to
seem too
expect.
difficult. So we're gonna just maybe do some pho, explorations.
And I love ramen
Brunch
noodles.
and pho. We
Ooh,
need to check
brunch
out
and pho.
those two things.
What? Do you never do brunch?
I'm not a brunch guy.
I'm not a brunch.
Never
guy.
really gone to brunch.
But I do approve of drinking at 11:30 a.m.
I mean, I'm always down
I'm
for
always
that, and
down
I've
for
gone
a
to brunch
mimosa.
before, but I've never been like a hardcore brunch guy. So we should just
What constitutes? Because I
like you go out to like a restaurant or whatever. Like we need to do that, like with bottomless. I think
Last
unless
time-
you have bottomless mimosas or bottomless whatever it is.
last time I had brunch was with Cole at Barney's
Cole's a
Cafe.
brunch guy, I bet.
Cole is a huge brunch guy, and I got a little story about. Well, not a story, but I was hanging out with Cole a little bit last week. We went to. I remember. I forget. I think I was hanging out with you, and I was super hungover. I think it was the day after we went to. I don't know where we went, but we were hanging out like on a Friday night. And
We go so many places.
And we got super drunk, and then Saturday morning, I text Cole, and you know it was after the Christmas party, and we got fucked up then. Or I did at least, made some bad decisions. And had brunch with Cole.
Talk closer into the mic.
Shut the fuck
It's
up,
every
Alex.
week.
I'm talking into the
Every week.
mic. The
Well-
people can hear me, and if they don't, they can turn up their goddamn volume.
I'm the one looking at levels. Right now,
Shut the
so.
fuck up. Yeah, brunch with Cole at Barney's, and it wasn't great. I had like steak and eggs, and the steak was tough. I usually love steak and eggs. It's some of my favorite
Yeah,
breakfast.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Steak and eggs and eggs.
just feel like
and
a
steak.
man.
Do you know what that's from, Robert?
No.
It's from Family Guy.
You
You uncultured swines.
Whoa,
Both of you guys.
whoa. You just feel like a man, kind of, when you're eating steak and eggs for breakfast.
Especially when you're eating steak at like 9 a.m.
It makes you just want a glass of scotch to
Great.
go with it too.
I went to Beck's Prime this past week.
Nice.
And got myself a steak. You got to get the 16-ounce Texas something. And had myself a steak. I didn't finish it all that night, so I had like a little tiny piece left over the next morning. Oh, delicious. There's nothing like waking up.
knowing you have extra steak
Knowing you
hanging
have
out.
extra steak just
Yeah,
chilling
it's
in
pretty
the fridge.
clutch.
Pretty clutch indeed. Speaking of steak, you did something with meat.
Yeah,
this
I
past
was
week.
just about to get to that. Bobby Jokes and I were over at the first ever Rod Ryan Show meat raffle.
Nice.
Now-
I like the sound of that.
Meat raffle sounds weird. Is this some sort of gay activity? What's going on? Like, is there what are we talking about?
What to expect?
Well, it's just literally you raffling off meat. Like, you buy tickets, you get 3 spins on the wheel with each ticket. So you get 3 numbers each ticket, and then you spin it. And if one of your numbers shows up, you win that meat. And it's like $2 a ticket. We had some $5 premium rounds.
So you had some good cuts of meat.
Oh yeah, Bobby Jokes. What your girlfriend was out there? Bobby Jokes was working, man.
Was he?
We're just throwing out references from him. You know, like just hooking him up with some gigs.
Yeah,
He's our
absolutely.
producer.
Context.
I'm his
It's
agent.
all
No
about-
big deal.
Okay.
He's our lawyer. We work for each other now.
It's
So
lawyer.
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 Okay,
Whatever. God,
Lawyer.
do you hear how he says that, Robert?
And now I'm just saying it to
He
him.
says it-
Lawyer.
Lawyer. It's lawyer. Lawyer.
How do you say it?
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Lawyer?
Thank you.
Well, you
See
guys
that?
are weird.
Look at me. Simpatico.
You guys are
Air
weird.
5.
I say it
Boom.
like it's spelled.
Okay, go ahead.
So Bobby Jokes is out there doing some videography. We have
it's
a
just videography. There's no
videography, videotocracy, and we've got that video up on the Stuff from the Show page as well. It's
If you
like
say
a
so.
7-minute vid. It's pretty good. And your girlfriend, would she win? I guess
won
she
the-
on your ticket though, right?
Yeah, I'd like to say so.
Yeah, you're,
Because I
So
just bought
you
2
won
tickets.
because of her, but
she's going to be cooking this with you or for both of you, correct?
Yeah, for both
Hopefully.
of us.
good.
Okay, there
good.
you go.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
the thick cut of bacon that's like
Oh.
a 1/4 inch thick.
Nice.
That is a luxury.
That was a big prize.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted that.
So there are certain things like there's certain like
You had
can
brisket
get you
given
can,
out.
Well, you can go to the grocery store and get like all right, $4 bacon. You get a whole thing of bacon, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with it. And the same thing with hot dogs. You can go and get ballpark hot dogs. There's nothing wrong with that. Or you can spend like $6 extra more and get the good quality thick cut bacon or a good quality nice hot dog, and it's just 100 times better. I swear to God, you're gonna enjoy the fuck out of that bacon.
I hope so. But
Have
we
you ever
didn't
had
win-
the thick cut bacon?
No.
Oh, it's delicious, man. It's fucking great.
We didn't
and you
win
cook your
until the
eggs
last
in the
round.
same pan. Oh, I'm jealous.
you what?
We didn't win until the last round. The whole round, like it's 20 rounds,
Yeah.
and we entered in several of them, and didn't win. There's people out there that won like 9 times.
Dude, yeah, there were people that just kept coming up. Like I was checking tickets and handing out the food and stuff, and like there were people that like, dude, this is the second time you won this round. What do you do? Like 2 of your numbers hit? Okay, like way to go. But like, damn guys, let's spread the wealth around. But it was a fun time to be had by all. We raised $11,000 for a
Nice.
firefighter or for a fire department, so that was pretty awesome.
You said community firefighter.
Yeah, I believe it was a volunteer fire department.
Volunteer. My brother was a volunteer firefighter for a long time.
Yeah. Well, if he had been working at the one that we
We're supporting.
were supporting, then he would have had some money to hang with.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, it was pretty cool, and like every round sold out. It was packed. It was
This
a
is
lot
at
of
Rod's Bar.
yeah, Lucky's Pub West. It was a lot of fun. I
That's
had a
cool.
good time.
I met
That's
your
good.
parents for the first time.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Bobby
did you?
Jokes got to
Yeah.
meet Mama and Papa
Dude,
Middleton,
yes,
so that
absolutely.
was cool.
Kim, what's your dad's name?
Mark.
Mark. Kim and Mark are great people.
Yeah, they
Fantastic people.
and they won I think 3 things. That was cool.
They're really funny. That time we went and got crawfish with them.
Yeah.
The only time I'd ever met them, I think. Oh,
They-
they were funny. Like your mom is just hilarious.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But they got a brisket, they got some pork tenderloin, and then I can't remember what the other thing that they won was, but they won 3 things, so it's
Good
pretty
for them.
awesome. They didn't win bacon. They didn't win thick cut bacon,
Yeah.
which would have been the
Dude, thick cut bacon.
real
man,
big
I
prize,
tell
but
ya. God.
a brisket's awesome. So Mark's gonna have us a barbecue at some point, and I would assume we're all going.
Cool.
But yeah, so go watch that video that Robert shot of everything. It's about 7 minutes long. It's pretty cool. It shows you the entire experience a little bit. I think they're gonna try and we're gonna try and do that some more often on the show, on the Rod Ryan morning show. But yeah, the meat raffle was pretty fun. What else did you take away from the meat raffle? If I have not covered it already.
Let's see. My arm was tired the next day because I was recording like 7
Yeah.
hours and I was like my arm's up. I didn't even notice until like next day it just hurt.
Yeah, I bet, dude. You
Robert,
were all
this
over
is
the
a
place.
weird question for you. What do you want to do?
What do I wanna
what's your
do?
dream job?
I want to own my own production company, video production company.
That's pretty cool.
Where I can just make like shorts, comedic videos, just whatever.
That's
Like
what's up.
Funny or Die kind of thing?
I guess so.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Robert Barbosa at robertbarbosa.com.
I'd never asked you that. That's why.
Hit him up and hire him, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But not away from us, like on
You
the
should
side.
do like weddings and stuff, right? Like, is that a start? Is that a stepping
That's probably
stone?
a start, yeah.
He doesn't believe in weddings, so he doesn't believe in marriage. So he's
Obviously.
against the whole.
The whole
thing,
practice. The whole
practice.
idea. I get it.
I actually am kind of like iffy about marriage.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Why?
I
don't
get
know,
it though. Like, why do I have to have the government's permission to be
I've
like,
been-
I love you and I'm gonna
what
have
I've
my
been-
life?
That's
with
what I've
you.
been yelling at Alex for like a year now. Why don't you marry Emma?
Because
I know it's a weird topic
We
for
don't
the
need the
podcast.
government's permission.
But like, it's good. It's a good.
We're common law married.
You're not traditional. Like, I'm super traditional. I want the whole thing and the whole, the whole experience. And yeah, weddings are good. Weddings are traditional. You're supposed to get married.
And just waste a lot of money on a party and then like be
Yeah,
out all that money
well,
and
it's
then
what
just
you
kind of broke and then just fuck.
How have people been doing it for the past hundreds,
That's
thousands?
cool. Like I like to do that, save a little bit of money.
I don't
I
know.
don't have to buy a ring. It's great.
I guess.
Huge win on that part.
I guess. I guess it used to be the case where, like, if you have a kid, like if you and Emma were to have a kid, it wouldn't be such a big deal now. Like, oh, they're just having a kid.
That's true.
But now it's like, oh, you're not married and you're having a kid? The fuck?
And also, like, you got to get, like, after you do that shit, if somebody wants to leave you, you got to give them half your shit. I don't have a lot of shit.
You don't have to sign a prenup.
If I signed a prenup with what I own right now, like, I would just get laughed at. Yeah, he's going to give his podcast equipment back.
He's got a couple of Giants helmets up on the wall.
Yeah, on his Giants signed helmets and his Bill Burr poster and his Apple TV and his Xbox and his computer.
And he's got, four? What is it? Oh, I'm sorry, 5 St. Arnold's in the refrigerator. Okay.
So yeah, all of that stuff. So there you go. Yeah, it would just...
All right, then. It would just embarrass you?
Yeah, a little
drive
bit.
you to suicide?
A little bit. I'm on board with you, Robert. I kind of...
No, I disagree with you. Just like on this chips and dip.
I don't have a problem with me. Oh, really? Hey, real quick, you put that poll out on Twitter, right?
First off, that poll. Listen, I love you to death, Robert, but that poll was erroneously worded.
Okay.
I said in the podcast.
I was fine with it.
The poll should be: are chips and dip the best appetizer?
Because you didn't want other people going with yours because you thought deviled eggs would have just gotten shit on, which it did. It did get shit on.
I didn't say deviled eggs were the best appetizer. I said that, in my opinion, they're better than chips and dip.
You said deviled eggs were the best.
I still think chips and dip would have won. They won with 43%. Second came mozzarella sticks with 35%.
Which I thought would have been the winner.
Wings at 16% and deviled eggs at 5%.
Ooh, really got crushed in that one, didn't you?
Like, you got to have nachos on that list. You got to have stuff like jalapenos or jalapeno poppers or chicken
We're just
poppers.
going with the basic bitch appetizers, bro.
Basic bitch. But, like, we're not going to get into this again. I don't even consider chips and dip an appetizer, per se.
I don't consider deviled eggs an appetizer. That's a side.
That's not a side. Who has a side dish? Oh,
when you're at a barbecue and you're putting on your plate, like, what do you put next to all the barbecue? You put deviled eggs on there, right?
That's because they're there as an appetizer.
It's a side,
there's a pre-snack. Like, all right, guys, barbecue's cooking. Here's some deviled eggs to hang you over till then, kind of thing.
We're gonna have this whole conversation.
Yeah,
again.
we're not gonna do it. Where else have you been?
So we went to the meat raffle, and then I've been just catching up on some TV shows. I finished the entire last season of the most recent season of Better Call Saul. Boy, was that a good one.
Everybody
Very
keeps
good.
telling me.
I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a big Breaking Bad person, like if you didn't even watch Breaking Bad, you might not get like the behind, like the back stories and stuff. But like you'll be cool. Like you can watch it without knowing anything about Breaking Bad and be fine. And it's a great show. Saul Goodman is awesome.
I watched like half.
Bob
of
Odenkirk.
I watched half of the first season and I wasn't into it. And people telling me this season especially.
This season was the best season.
You gotta watch it. But that's how it was with Breaking Bad. So I imagine that could be the case for that because Breaking Bad.
You have to establish all the storylines.
Breaking Bad didn't really pick up until like season 3, maybe. I don't know. I just haven't. I've been really bad with TV. I haven't watched any of Silicon Valley. I haven't watched any of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. But I remember. Let me ask you this. Like I remember watching the first episode of Better Call Saul, or I remember hearing about that they were going to do a spinoff. And thinking, okay, well, that's good. The last scene of this show has to be Walter White walking into Saul's office and then making the deal.
Maybe.
Like how Breaking Bad.
But what if Walter White's featured in an episode? Maybe it's like they cross paths.
Well, he can't.
They've already met.
He can't. Walter can't just show up in like season 4 and then they do season 5 and 6. He can't just show up in the middle of the series.
Yeah, you can because it's the backstory of Saul. It's how Saul got to the point to where he was in Breaking Bad and everything like that. And like it's very possible that Walter White and him could cross. He's already crossed paths with Mike Armentrout.
Bill Burr will show up?
I don't think so. He wasn't really big enough of a character. Like he was just kind of like the side guy. He didn't really work with Saul.
But he's a bigger actor now than he was when he showed up in that series.
Yeah, but I just don't think that he's like essential to it. I would love to see him in there. That'd be cool, but I don't think it'll happen. It's cool though when you see people that have already died in Breaking Bad. You're like, you guys are cool though. Here, I know you guys are fine in this situation. And it's all like dramatic and everything. You're like, nope, I know how you die. I've seen
reason.
You die.
That's another reason why I didn't really stick around.
But it's cool to know the stories
for Saul because I remember like one of the first episodes, like maybe the second or third episode. Saul was like in the desert with Tuco or something, and they were threatening to kill him. And I was sitting there watching them bored, like, okay, I know they're not going to kill you because you're in Breaking Bad. You're gonna
right,
like,
and there's gonna be a little bit of that in there, but it's cool. It's a good show. I would say it's a very good show, and I highly recommend. I would give it 4.5 ladles of gravy.
Is his brother still in it?
His brother is in it. Yeah,
okay.
It's a very interesting storyline that plays out with those two this season. And then also, speaking of Silicon Valley, like you were just talking about, I finished the most recent season of Silicon Valley. saw T.J. Miller's last scene there, and it was a little lackluster for me. And his Erlich Bachman's exit from the show.
So I watched his comedy special.
You didn't like it, huh?
I didn't like it.
It's not everybody's kind of cup of tea.
I didn't like it at
He's
all.
very
It's not so
very
much.
absurdist.
I don't think it was like, oh, it's an acquired taste. Like some people get it, some people don't, kind of thing. Because that's the case with a lot of comedians, like Sam Kinison, for example. Some people get it, some people don't.
Well,
He's
TJ's not
hilarious,
the kind of guy that'll
but
grow
he's
on you
not
ever.
that-
Like you either like TJ or you don't like
I just
TJ,
didn't
and I think
he
he's
was,
that way.
I just didn't think it was that funny. I felt like he was trying kind of hard and like, I don't know.
If you've seen any of his other stuff, you'll realize like that's kind of just how he does.
I'd never
so.
seen any of his other stuff. That's a good.
No,
point.
but I understand why people don't like it. Like I understand the people that don't. And like my friend Dinah said that she wasn't a huge fan of it either. And I was like, that's cool. Like just not everybody's a TJ Miller person. So like he's an awesome actor, but like his stand up is not for everybody.
I've been meaning to talk about this, but on Netflix, man, there's just so many fucking specials coming out.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
every week there's something different, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because let's look, like YouTube gave a lot of people a platform. I don't think giving everybody a platform is necessarily a good thing. Like if anybody,
Dear white people,
if anybody
you
wanted,
don't think that was like?
I
good?
don't know anything about that.
I didn't see it.
If anybody wanted,
I have no idea.
If anybody wanted to come out with a comedy special, it seems like the most amateur of comedians. Like a lot of comedians I'd never heard of are having Netflix specials. Would you agree? There are a few like across the screen that who the fuck is this guy?
Nah, they're all fairly big names.
Are they?
They're names I've usually heard of. Yeah.
I guess it's the bad
I
time
don't
to tell
know.
you that I have my Netflix specials upcoming.
Yeah, Robert's coming up with one, so maybe
What?
don't shit on
Shut the
his.
fuck up.
He's been
Robert.
working for like 2
He's
years to
just
put this together.
yeah,
I was just
okay.
helping him with some jokes the other day.
Nice, I get it. Bobby Chuck's
It's coming along really well, dude. I'm
Is
pretty
it?
excited to go see the taping.
Here's the preview.
Here's
Here's the preview.
What's the preview?
Who is the spiciest knight at the round table?
Ooh, I don't know.
Who could it be?
I love
Sriracha.
sriracha. Speaking of sriracha, are we all
Got
fans of
jokes today.
sriracha?
Yeah.
I've never had sriracha.
I've never had sriracha either, but
never had sriracha?
I
It's just a hot
imagine
sauce.
I imagine I won't
It's like a
like
different
it.
hot sauce.
It's thick. You know
Yeah,
what? You know what I remember most about sriracha? So when
I throw it on ramen, dude.
that's what I hear.
Ramen noodles.
When I was working at Genghis Grill, it was one of my jobs. Like at the end, when you want to leave your shift, when you're done with everything, you have to go around and fill all the like soy sauce bottles and all the sriracha bottles. You have to take the big one and just squirt it all, and it was so fucking gross. Like it was crusty and just nasty. And that's the memory that I've got with sriracha. Is just a
that'll do
nasty,
that.
crusty sauce that I was constantly having to refill. And never had sriracha, but I imagine I won't like it.
You'd probably like it.
Picante is good. Is
You'd
it
probably you give sriracha.
Is
a
it
shot,
like picante?
brah. Sorta.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
You can give it a go.
Hmm.
Let me know what you think.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a bottle of it. You should go try it. Just give it a shot.
Let's see.
Go see in there.
Let's see.
I don't know. Let's see if this works out. Probably won't though. We may not have one anymore. I may have used all of it. If it is, it would be on the wall or on the door.
Yeah, I don't think you do. You got.
No, that's barbecue sauce. All right, it's all gone, so we're not gonna do that. Never mind. And that was bad radio.
That's not true.
Well, it's
It
just me
wasn't
telling.
bad radio.
Yeah, just check the door. The
It was-
door, yeah, over there. You can't even see it if you're on camera, like if you're watching the show either. So like,
Alex,
it
it
doesn't
wasn't. It wasn't bad radio. It was bad pod.
matter. Bad pod.
There you go.
Bad pod.
There you go.
All right, where have you been?
Oh, as usual, I've just been working. I will tell you this: I've been on a search for like the past 2 weeks. So this should be my not cool, but I'm not gonna do it not cool. So one of my not cools. I may have talked about this before, but the Disney Vault. Are you familiar with the Disney Vault? How they just decide, you know what? This certain movie is super popular, but we're just not going to sell it in stores for like 15 years or 10 years or something like that. They did that with Lion King. And every so often I'll get
Just to make it worth more when it comes back out.
yeah, and I think their plan was, all right, we're gonna come out with the live action Lion King, so we know we're gonna come out with that in 10 years. So we're gonna put this movie in the vault, and then we're gonna release it when the live action one comes out, because we'll make a lot of money then. When the live action movie comes out, we'll sell the cartoon one too. So I've been like, I'll get an urge like out of nowhere. It's crazy, like a spidey sense, and I just want to see the Lion King
Really?
because it's my favorite movie. I think it's one of the best fucking cartoon movies of all time. I'm not even kidding.
I'm not gonna fight you on it. I don't really ever have like the urge to see like kids movies.
I
you
know, and I don't usually have an urge to see a kids movie either. But
No, I'm not saying it's weird. I don't
I
get it.
I watched that movie. Hang on, I didn't close your refrigerator.
Oh, real cool move. He comes over, just leaves the fridge open. That's cool. We're not paying for it or anything.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, kind of bills this racking up now.
So I'll just get an urge to see a movie because I watched that movie every single day when I was a kid. And
Your parents probably hated that movie.
Oh my god, they couldn't stand it. And that soundtrack, I was listening to the soundtrack like when I was a kid. Mom, play the soundtrack. Anyways, and so I was on, and all right, I was looking for this movie, The Lion King. I wanted to see it so badly, and I realized they got it.
He was looking for the Broadway version, is what he hasn't told you yet.
Well, it's funny you say that because I really wanted to watch because I was watching YouTube videos of the Broadway version. And it's
Really?
Oh yeah, it's really fucking good. You were shitting on me for like Broadway shit.
The Lion King on Broadway looks dope.
Broadway, everything, pretty much most things
Besides
on
Cats.
Broadway looks
Cats
dope.
looks stupid.
Cats looks pretty bad. But Book of Mormon looks great. Lion
Yeah.
King looks fucking amazing. Did you see the video where they're like on the subway in New York and they just bust out with a Lion King?
Yeah, I hate that shit, dude.
It's
I would
great.
be so pissed if I was like
Would
on a
you?
subway. Like, fucking shut up!
probably
I
come
would
in
be
my
the guy
pants.
in the video that's like, shut the fuck up! No one cares! I just want to go to work! I don't want you guys to fucking sing! Leave me the fuck alone on the train! I'm just trying to go to work!
I'd probably start crying just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate those, like, what is it? What are the where you
yeah.
just dance at the
Yeah,
same time?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
they called?
Flash dance.
Like, I fucking hate that shit. If that inconvenient, like, I would fucking hit people. If I was at a mall and
But
I
it's
couldn't
good.
leave because all of a sudden 100 people start dancing, I'd just be like, nope. Fuck you. Get out of my way. You can't dance here.
So I really wanted to see The Lion King, and you couldn't. You get.
I'd
it
be the
on-
bad guy in
you
Dirty
get
Dancing.
You get it on Amazon, but it's like $100. Like I'm not even kidding. You can't get it anywhere. You get it online, but whatever. So I go to my parents' house, and I'm looking for like the VHS copy because I'm still one of the only people in the world that has a VHS player in their house. Mm-hmm. You don't have one, do you?
No, I don't.
No. Robert?
No, Sam does.
Sam does. See?
Robert's girlfriend does.
Because
that.
every so often there comes a time when you want to watch a movie, but you only got the VHS, right?
No.
No. Well, for me it does.
Because you can just get it on, like, Apple
Yeah, but
all digital.
sometimes you already have
or
it.
YouTube.
Or YouTube. But anyways, so I go to my parents' house and I'm like making a huge mess. My parents are getting mad at me for like going in the attic and looking at the giant boxes of VHSs. Can't find it. Finally, I text Cole because Cole is like the man of DVDs. He's got every
every
goddamn
movie ever
thing.
made.
And I'm like, Cole, do you have The Lion King on DVD? He was like, yeah, of course I do. I've got like the 20th anniversary, like the Blu-ray, super deluxe, fucking special, everything. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And Cole usually lets me borrow movies. All the time he lets me borrow them. Cole, can I borrow The Lion King? He says, no, you may not. I'm like, what? Why? He said, because it's worth too much. And I get it. It is worth, I mean, after my research of
What's he
looking
gonna
for
do,
it everywhere.
sell it?
That's what I'm saying. What do you think I'm going to do? You think I'm going to scratch it? Give me a little credit, would you please?
I brought my Freddy Krueger hands to just put it into
seriously.
the player.
I'm just Wolverine borrowing your DVD. And
Now
I
you
bought-
play Frisbee with it, Cole?
I've borrowed hundreds of DVDs from him, and I've never once returned one without broken. Also, that's not true. He let me borrow Whiplash, and I like fucked it up somehow. And
What'd you do?
I don't know, but I think I fucked up like the case to it,
You
and I didn't
dick.
want to give it back to him, so I ended up buying another Whiplash for him and not telling him like, oh, you're
No, that's probably the smart way to go. Because Cole would never let
Yeah.
you like live it down.
yeah.
So he
ever.
shouldn't have any reason not to let you rent, not to let you borrow it, especially if you did that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He has no reason not to. But anyways, he wouldn't let me. But he,
I don't know if we've told you guys on the podcast before, but Cole called me the other day saying he had just bitched at this manager at Best Buy.
Yeah,
Like,
because
he had yelled at him.
5 copies.
Yeah, like I think John Wick came
Yeah.
out on DVD. So Cole's the only guy I know that goes to Best Buy and waits for the store to open so he can go buy 10 copies of John Wick. But then like the manager like called him out. He was like, I know what you're doing. And so he like yelled at the manager. And then what does Cole always do? What's classic
He
Cole?
yells at somebody.
Leaves.
He leaves.
5 minutes later.
5 minutes later.
Comes back in to apologize, but still said he thought the guy was a jerk. Like came back, he was like, I'm sorry I said fuck you, but
That's the thing
you're
about
still
Cole.
a jerk.
What do we say about Cole all the time? Is that we say he's like a we say he's a little.
But I
this
told
and
him, I
that.
was like, dude, you
But
just
he
gotta own it that time.
But he knows he knows how he is.
When
So
you already say fuck you to somebody and they're a manager at a store that you just left, you
Cole
fucking
is-
don't go
when-
back to
when-
that store.
When Cole is being like a puss, like Cole is a colossal puss at times, right? He knows he's being a puss, and when Cole is being
like where he walked back to return the DVDs.
yeah,
he got
when
bitched
Cole is
about.
being cranky, he knows he's being cranky. When Cole is being unreasonable, he knows he's being. That's the best thing about like if he didn't know how he was, I wouldn't be able to be friends with him. But
He can always like look in the rear view and be like, yeah, that was my.
yeah,
me.
but because he can look at himself and say, "Yeah, I'm totally this way," or that
It's
was
funnier.
totally my fault. It's a little
Because
bit
you,
funnier,
like-
and I give him just a whole bunch more credit because most people go through life not knowing how they really are.
But we also like see it all. Like we can see the future with Cole because you're like, he'll call me back. And
Oh yeah.
He hung up. He was angry with me.
Like I was
Yeah,
texting.
I'm
him
sorry,
the
I
other
got
day.
upset. I was just in a bad mood. It's cool,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's cool,
Don't worry,
man.
man.
Don't worry
I knew
about
you
it.
were calling back.
Seriously. So, anyways,
We should just start answering. Dude, it's okay, man. Like, just start answering that way. That's the first thing you say when you answer the phone.
man. Don't worry
Dude,
about it.
hey, I forgive you, bro.
It's okay. I forgive you.
How'd you know? Because you always do this.
That's cool. We know. So I
So I remember I was kind of just like, did you go back in? Yeah, I went back.
Of course I went back in.
So yeah, I went back in the store. I was like, because I thought he was gonna call the store.
the most
I just wanted to
classic
say I
Cole,
was sorry.
two most classic Cole moments was once when we were at the movies and they made him turn his phone off because we were going to a
I
screener.
heard about this.
You've heard about this many a time, and he yelled at the person, and then he went and sat down, and then he said, "Chris, save my seat. I gotta go apologize to that guy." And he went to apologize to him. And the second famous Cole moment is when we were going to see Fast and Furious, and the lady looked at his wristband and said, "No, you can't sit here. You have a different colored wristband. You only this color, whatever." And I could tell Cole was about to get pissed. I'm like, "Oh, lady, settle in. You're about to get it." And
You get kind of excited though.
oh,
You're
you
just
get
like,
so
fuck
excited.
Yes, I
You
get to see it in
pull out
person.
your phone and you get to, pull out your camera. Like, all right, let me get a good angle.
I've got to show people this.
I gotta show people. And the lady could tell that he was about to get pissed off, and she eventually just said, sit wherever you want. I don't care.
It's a fucking movie.
It's a fucking movie. But anyway, so Cole's not letting me borrow The Lion King, and I'm not pissed off because it's his movie. He can do whatever he wants. But I eventually say, he says, because he's such a nice guy, he's willing to go the extra mile. He's like, all right, I'll tell you what I can do. I can put it on a USB drive. I can get it illegally, and I can put it on a USB for you, and you can watch it then. And that's what he did. And I think last week after I recorded this podcast, I went directly to Cole's apartment and got that fucking movie. Or no, that's not true. It was the next day that I got that fucking movie, and I watched it because
You can't just look up The Lion King on like YouTube.
you can get scene by scene, but I don't want that. I want it on my goddamn TV, and I want to watch it because it's literally not the best movie.
You can't just rent it.
You can't. It's not. You can't get it on iTunes. You can't get it anywhere. It's the fucking Disney Vault, which should be my not cool. Because I get it. They own the movie. They can decide when they're not going to sell it, and they're just not selling the movie. You can't get it anywhere. It's stupid.
That's pretty dumb.
It's pretty dumb, right? Yeah, it's pretty gay indeed for a 23-year-old.
So Cole like pirated shit
Yeah, he did.
and broke the law
He
to
broke the
avoid
law.
letting you borrow his DVD.
Right? He wouldn't let me borrow it for one night. But whatever.
Well,
So
good call, Cole.
This was
right?
the next day.
Because
But
Chris's house burned down, so you would have really
Right.
gotten screwed.
so the day after we record, or the day we record, I get a text from my boss, and I do some assistant work for one of the guys at the radio station, and I just run errands for him, all kinds of things. I get a text from him like on a Tuesday night, and he said, or I'm sorry, Wednesday night, and said, "Hey man, tomorrow I'm gonna need you to go around the city, every bookstore, and get 150 copies of a certain book."
At each bookstore?
At each no, not 150 copies at each bookstore, but
Oh.
go around.
I was like, that's a lot. I don't think every bookstore is going to
No,
have
no,
that
no.
many.
Go to each bookstore in Houston until you have 150 copies of Wade Phillips's book.
Wade Phillips, not Wage Phillips.
What did I say?
You said Wage Phillips.
I said Wade.
You said Wage.
Pretty sure. Okay,
It's
whatever.
Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips. Whatever. He was Dallas Cowboys coach. I think I know how to pronounce it.
Texans defensive coordinator. Won
And
a Super Bowl.
Broncos
Won a
defense.
Super Bowl with the Broncos.
Yes. And he was with New Orleans.
Sucked with the Cowboys.
Did he suck with the Cowboys?
Mm,
I mean, he handled that defense pretty well. I mean, if anything, you would say Parcells sucked with the Cowboys, right?
I would say Wade Phillips sucked with the Cowboys.
More so than Bill Parcells.
Yeah. Bill Parcells was working with Quincy Carter.
Bill Parcells was working with Drew Bledsoe and Tony Romo.
And Quincy Carter.
Quincy Carter, like his first year,
Well, he went to the playoffs with Quincy Carter. So
he went to the playoffs with Tony Romo.
and Quincy Carter.
Okay, get Quincy Carter out of your mind. He was the starting quarterback.
Quincy
for like
Carter is
3
my
years.
favorite Cowboys quarterback
He
of all
was the
time.
starting quarterback for
He's my favorite Dallas Cowboys
not
player
even
of all
3
time.
years. I don't think. Was he?
Yeah, dude.
He couldn't have been more than 3 years.
My friend Curtis, the godfather of this podcast, and I made a fake Quincy Carter MySpace,
Oh yeah.
and we used to just troll bitches on it. Like people would hit him up because you remember back in the day where MySpace was big, and you thought
Yeah.
oh, LaDainian Tomlinson's my friend on MySpace.
yeah.
I'm putting him in my top 8, and it was
Remember
never LaDainian Tomlinson.
I was thinking about
but you just thought maybe it was.
I was thinking about MySpace the other day. Remember Tom
Fuck Tom.
What is Tom up to these days?
Not much.
Not much indeed. Fucking Zuckerberg drove him out
Right.
of town.
Yeah, but I remember we made a fake Quincy Carter one, and like we just like photoshopped just like joints in his mouth all the time because like he got in trouble for weed and all that shit, and then like bitches would just hit us up try to like mac on like Quincy Carter, and we would be like, yeah, girl, hell yeah. It was fucking creepy, and like we were getting videos and pictures sent to us and shit, and it was just like, this is getting weird. I'm not doing this anymore. But yeah, then he went to the Jets, and then like we just kind of his MySpace died. But Quincy Carter, my favorite Dallas Cowboys
Should we
quarterback.
mention our beer
A lot
of
of
the
people don't know
week?
that. Yeah, we don't have a beer sponsor this week, so
Land Shack.
if any beer sponsors want to hop in, we're looking for some.
I don't
Land
know
Shark?
why. I was at the store. I picked up a 6K.
Jimmy Buffett, right?
Is this why? Because Margaritaville?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I believe Jimmy Buffett
Really?
owns Landshark.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that. Jimmy Buffett is a genius. You know he opened up a retirement home called Margaritaville. Can you imagine how much
Makes
money that
sense.
thing is making?
All of his stuff is called Landshark. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I see Margaritaville Brewing. But anyways, I was about to pick up a 6-pack of Shiner.
Yeah, he did. It is his beer.
I was about to pick up a 6-pack of Shiner, and then I saw Land Shark, and I hadn't had a Land Shark in I don't know how long, but I used to drink the fuck out of this in high school. It was my favorite beer, and I was like, fuck it, we'll get some Land Shacks.
Fins up.
Fins
So it
up.
says on the bottle.
Anyway, so my boss sends me a text and say, hey, tomorrow you're going to need to drive to every bookstore, get 150 copies of Son of Bum, Wade Phillips's book, and we're going to need that by tomorrow night. Can you imagine?
Not ideal.
All right, so there are 13 Barnes & Nobles in Houston, and there are like, I don't know how many Sam's Club, but
I'm going to go pee. Continue this story.
Yeah, go ahead. Robert, you're going to have to sit in. Pee quick, would you please? Because I don't know how long I can do this. I'm nervous. This is the first time I've ever done something like this, Robert. You ready?
Yeah.
So, 13 Barnes & Nobles in the greater Houston area. That's including, like, Katy, like everywhere in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Within 60 miles or something like that. So I go to every single one, and at a certain point, I'm driving, like, from Humble, which is in North Houston, all the way to Pearland, which is, like, deep South Houston, just to get, like, 2 copies of this book. And then at a certain point, I realized, Sam's has copies of this book. So I can go to Sam's Clubs now. So anywhere there's a Barnes & Noble, I can just go, if there's a Sam's Club I can just go there. So I was driving like 40 miles out of my way to go to a Sam's Club because I couldn't really call on the phone to the Sam's Club and say, hey, do you have this book? Because I did that with one Sam's Club, and they said they didn't, but I ended up going there, and they did have the book, so I didn't trust the dumbass employees at Sam's. So I drive like 25, 30 miles outside of my way to go to Sam's, and they'd be like, yeah, we don't have that book. And, it was the worst feeling. So basically, I started this day like at, when did I start this? Like 8:30 in the morning, and I didn't get done till like 6 at night.
Fuck.
Until I got 150 copies, and I think like midway through, I sent you a snap. Is that how you say that? Sent you a snap?
You snapped me?
I snapped you. And
Chris has been getting big into this.
dude, I've been
Snapchat
snapping, man. I just sent you a snap of all the books that I had in my goddamn car. It was probably the worst day. I told you I would write a coffee table book of the things that assistants do for their bosses.
Uh-huh.
It's like at the top of that list for me. I think I told you the story when I was driving all around the city looking for Frankenberry cereal.
Yeah, I remember that. Around Halloween.
Yeah. And then, like, they text me. I'd been to, like, 8 different grocery stores, and they sent me a text. Any sugar cereal is fine. And I was like,
So, like, everything.
you couldn't tell me that 6 grocery stores ago?
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I'm driving. I
I
go to
hate when
Beaumont.
you do shit like that where it's like, it's obviously like, they're not really thinking about you, like what's going on in your life
Right.
at all. It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it's not
not-
wasting his day
it's
or
my
anything.
job. I get it,
I mean,
but-
I get it, but it's just like,
It's like I go to Beaumont. I went to
they're
Beaumont.
making your day a lot longer because they don't really give a fuck to care enough, you know?
Yeah, I get. But I did the drive to Beaumont for like 32 copies of the book because I called ahead to Barnes & Noble. I said, the Barnes & Noble in Beaumont has 32 copies of this book. And is it worth going to like
How far is Beaumont? Like, hour and a half?
hour? Like
Okay, that's
hour
not
and
bad
15
then.
minutes maybe. It's not horrible. And they had like 10
It's a
more,
podcast.
And they had more like 10 more copies at Port Arthur, and that's only like 20 minutes away from Beaumont. So I went both places, And like I said to Robert, I made the drive from Humboldt to Pearland, which is a crucial drive. And at this point, it was like 4:45 in the PM.
Just traffic.
So just fucking traffic. And then you go to the Barnes and Noble, and you get 10 copies, and the lady says, "Why don't you just get them on Amazon?" What? Yeah, I get that you gotta get a lot of copies. Why don't you just get them on Amazon? And like 4 different clerks said that to me, and at a certain point, I looked at one of them and I said, "Emma what?"
I would just go to the Amazon rainforest and get books.
What?
Yeah, they don't make books there.
Like I had never heard of Amazon. Like I had never heard of buying things in bulk online.
Best thing you could have done though. That's hilarious.
Like that's what I
fucking
did.
great.
I wish I had done that with the first one who had recommended I go on fucking line. Like I'm 22 years old. You don't think I know to go online?
What's that?
What is this? What do you mean they take
A
you?
computer.
What? Are you crazy? So anyway, I
You mean this tablet right here?
I hate when people offer obvious advice and they think they're so smart and they think they're so giving and they're
Like
so
when you
helpful.
lose something and they're like,
Yeah.
well, where's
Where
the
was
last place you put
looked?
it?
Or when you're sick, drink plenty of fluids. What the fuck else am I gonna
Get
drink?
some rest.
Solids? Get some rest. Jesus Christ. So
Hey,
anyways,
you guys be safe getting home.
and then at a certain point, my credit, I was so ready to be done with this, man, and I was so ready to be done with all the books, and I'm down to like my last 30 copies that I need to get, and I'm at a certain Barnes and Noble's getting like 15, and my credit card stops working, and certainly I went over my limit. There's a limit, like I can only spend like $3,000 on my card.
You spent $3,000 on
this
books?
This is the card I've got from my boss, and he puts
okay.
all the money in that account.
I
Yeah,
say, how?
I spent a lot of money on books.
How much are books?
Books, it was like
20
$16 bucks a piece.
Okay.
20 bucks at Sam's and like 16
You got
bucks.
150, yeah. That's all
Yeah,
right.
it's a lot of books.
You pretty much funded Wade Phillips, like,
Yeah,
book.
if anybody is looking for Son of Bum in the greater Houston area, good luck, motherfuckers.
Hey, Wade
I
Phillips,
bought
get on
you
our fucking
out.
podcast now. Like,
And
thanks
at
to
first,
Chris.
At first, I was kind of pissed at my boss. Like, why would you give me this task with less than 24 hours to complete? Why would you tell me about this? We need these books tomorrow, this time tomorrow. Why didn't you tell me about this a week ago? You knew you were having this event. Apparently, the guy from the publisher was supposed to supply them with all the books, and he just completely forgot. So
that fucking sucks.
I was fixing his mistake, and it was great. And another thing, so they were having this event at the RCC, and the RCC the last 2 months have been getting written up about their pork chops that they've been serving. Like Houstonian has written articles about their pork chops.
About that they're good?
They,
Okay, I thought you meant like getting like shit on them.
No, that they're super fucking good. It's like pork chops and grits, which is kind of a weird combination, but apparally it's super
It's
good.
Southern.
So this
That's
entire
a nice Republican meal for you.
The entire day, I was just looking forward. Like, all right, I'm gonna drop off these books at the RCC, and then I can enjoy a nice pork chop, and that's what I was looking forward to. And I finally get to the RCC. It's 6:30 at night, and I ask for a pork chop, and they say kitchen's closed. It's not open until 7:30 or 7 or something like that. And at that point, I was just hoping that I can get the pork chop to go, so I can go let Bo out because he's been locked up all day. And
You should have taken him with you, bro.
that would have been awful.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been fucking awful. I couldn't get my pork chop, but eventually later that night I went to Cole's apartment and got the Lion King.
Everything was fine.
And everything was fucking in its place, man. I watched the Lion King. I read an article because I was curious. I was thinking this has to be the best animated movie of all time. And some bullshit was like Moana was the best movie of all time. The best animated movie of all time. It's a bunch of horse shit.
It did win an Oscar.
It did.
I think.
I think Zootopia won the Oscar.
Yeah, I think it did too. So I was wrong.
But
It had The
anyways,
Rock in it.
That's where you've been. I gotta pee again because I've had 3 beers now.
Okay, well.
So carry the pod.
Well, yeah. So, Bobby Jokes, have you been anywhere else besides the meat raffle? What else did you do this weekend, buddy?
This weekend. That's pretty much all I did. I spent Sunday just editing throughout the night.
How long did it take you to edit that whole video?
It took me maybe 6 hours.
Just
Maybe a little-
nonstop?
Yeah, nonstop. Sam was over and she wanted me to take her back to her place, and it was midnight. I'm like, no, I need your help. I need you to decide, help me decide what music should go where, and what should I include these clips, and it was just, I was up late.
I thought it turned out well, though. Like I already said, videos on the stuff from the show page if you guys want to go check it out. But yeah, it's tough to edit a 7-minute video. I mean, I know you do a podcast every week or whatever that you're having to edit, which really is the most obnoxious form of editing where you're just having to time up video with what we're saying for 2 hours. But yeah, it was at least you got like cool like shit to look at while you were doing the meat raffle and everything. But that was a fun day though.
It was.
I would definitely do it again.
You know what, Chris, we should have done?
What's that?
You should have done the free 2-hour Prime delivery. Got people to
Ooh.
help you out too.
All right, so
That's a good idea.
the free.
I'm being helpful here.
So
What, maybe just talk
I
to Bobby Jokes
originally
next time.
when I originally heard about this, I was like, oh, I think I remember hearing like a couple years ago on the news they did a story about the fact that you can go to an Amazon distribution center and just get like if you need something in a hurry, you can just go directly to the distributor. But apparently they're not doing that in Houston. I'd never heard about this 2-hour delivery mechanism.
So I think that's fairly new now, isn't it?
I think it's been around for a while.
Oh really?
Yeah. For
I
Prime
just
members.
now. I guess I just heard about it then. But whatever. And if I just heard about it, then it's
I
new
don't
to me.
know, but you know what? It's in the past. I got all 150 copies. It was a pain in the dick, and I didn't even mention the fact that
Did you read the book?
I'd read the book. It came out months ago, and we had Wade Phillips on the show. I'd already read the book.
Ah.
It's good. When I got to the RCC, they're like, yeah, because my boss says, we just need 150. If we have 150, we're good. And I get to the RCC, and I'm dropping the books off. I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, I did it, everybody. I got all the books. We're good to go. Only 30 minutes left to spare. And they look at me, and they say, oh, by the way, we found 20 copies in the attic at the RCC. That would have saved me like fucking 2 hours. Easily would have saved
Yeah,
me
you could
2
have got a pork
hours.
chop.
Oh, I definitely could have got. Oh.
Yeah, that blows.
But anyways, that's where I've been.
That's where you been.
Let's do Comeback Kid.
Well, like, you know, maybe this will help you. Blue Apron always helps me when like my Where You Been's not been a very good one that week. I'm always just like, well, at least Blue Apron's gonna be there when I get home, and I can make a delicious meal that I can forget all of my worries over. And Blue Apron's the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States, and as a result, that means that you're getting the freshest ingredients delivered right to your door. Create incredible meals in the kitchen in 40 minutes or less. Each week, customers receive a refrigerated box containing all of the ingredients that they need. Boxes contain cards that highlight seasonal crops and supplier stores, and each set of ingredients corresponds with its own recipe card that has instructions, pictures, and helpful cooking tips. Cooking together builds stronger family bonds, and research shows that Blue Apron families cook nearly 3 times as often. Those families that spend a lot at restaurants and high-end grocery chains now can spend under $10 a person for a delicious meal. Like if you wanted to order from Blue Apron this week, let's just check out the menu, gang. You could get some bulgogi beef and soba noodle stir fry. Now that sounds exotic and fun. How about some salmon and cilantro rice or cilantro lime rice, huh?
Oh, I love cilantro.
I'm a huge fan. I always go with that when I get the
And
burritos.
salmon is overrated just a little bit.
I'm a fan of salmon, but yeah, I would
Let's
say
talk about
fish in
fish.
general.
Can we talk about fish?
We're going
afterwards?
to talk about Blue Apron right now.
Okay, finish talking about.
You get some seared chicken and pasta salad, summer squash and quinoa burgers, fresh basil, fettuccine, and sweet and savory Korean rice cakes. Sounds like a hell of a week's worth of meals, guys, if you ask me. Here's the deal we've got for you. Go to blueapron.com/PTG to get $30 off your first order. That's blueapron.com/PTG. We're literally giving you $30 in free food. Go to blueapron.com/PTG. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Indeed, fish is good.
Fish is pretty dope, yeah.
Fish is pretty dope. It's just another reason I'm jealous of the Jews.
Whoa.
I am.
Why?
They
You can
eat fish like on Fridays.
You can eat fish.
I know, but they
You
can't
have
eat.
nobody stopping you from
can't-
eating fish.
They can't eat anything. Like they can't eat. They eat fish every Friday. I feel.
Okay.
I wish.
Why don't you eat? You could eat fish.
I mean,
You have the ability.
I could, but they have to because they can't eat any other meat. I wish my religion forced me not to eat any.
Just fucking do it on
I
your own,
know,
dude.
I know, but I feel like if I was forced to do it, then I would have more incentive to do it, obviously, and I would do it more. I don't eat enough fish, is what I'm saying, and I feel like it's hard to cook. Right?
Nah, not really. You just throw it in the oven. It's not that hard at all.
Okay.
You're just being whiny.
I need to bring more fish in my life.
Yeah.
Haddock is
And then
good.
get mercury poisoning.
Catfish is good.
I had catfish on Friday.
Did you? Where?
Yeah, fried catfish at Crawfish and Noodles. That was my appetizer instead of getting oysters.
Oh, so you didn't go with the chips and dip like you're so loyal to.
Well, it was a seafood place.
fucking
So with
fruitcake?
that, fuck you. We want a pull. So
How was the catfish?
it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
Catfish is great.
Let's get to the comeback kid of the week portion of the podcast.
It's the comeback kid. The comeback kid of the week. The comeback kid of the week. Bitch.
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I love that intro.
All right, let's just let's get it right. Let's get going right off the bat. John McEnroe. John McEnroe. He's you hear him on the show pretty much every week now. Do you know which part I'm talking about that you hear him on? Perhaps a segment intro that you might hear him on. Just answer the question.
Oh, really?
He's on Answers.
Huh.
He's on Answers.
Because I was thinking of
Kinda
somebody who screams, and I knew it wasn't Mel Gibson. Just
Answer
smile
the fucking
and
question.
blow me.
Yeah, John McEnroe is on our podcast every week.
All right, then.
He was doing an interview with NPR for some reason, and he said that he thought that Serena Williams is the best female tennis player, but if she was a male tennis player, she would be ranked about 700th in the world. And now everybody's just...
That's not true.
Everybody's just shitting on him. Yeah, but I feel like what John was doing there was he was just saying like, well, she'd probably be like,
Just random
like
number.
when you say like 11.
Yeah,
you know, like he was just
11.
trying to pull a number out of his ass,
Right.
and it came up a little high. Like
Yeah.
it's a little high for what Serena Williams would be ranked, and everybody's just kind of shit on him. And then I kind of read into the article about like how it all came out and everything, and he was not really being like, everybody was just grabbing pieces of the entire interview, and this is what he said. She ranked 700th in the world, and he was being very complimentary of her. He was just like, okay, whatever. But then I became privy to this 2013 interview she did on the David Letterman show, or was it the Late Show with David Letterman? Whatever it was. And it says, this is Serena Williams. She says, for me, men's tennis and women's tennis are completely, almost two separate sports. If I were to play Andy Murray, the #1 world men's tennis player, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. No, it's true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game. I love to play women's tennis. I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. Not saying she's 700th in the world. I would say she could probably beat some guys, you know. But definitely not 700, but she's just like men's tennis and women's tennis is
Obviously.
different. Like women's sports and men's sports are completely different things, guys.
We gotta accept the fact.
Like I don't understand why are we
First
fighting
off,
so
all right,
hard
hold
over
on.
this.
It's been like the past 3-4 years, like that. This is gonna get some stupid flack, but the whole women are equal to men when it comes to physical strength and
Inequality, yeah, you guys are equal and
Equal-
everything, but just not in
goddamn
strength.
stuff. Not in like you take the average man, the average woman.
Why didn't
I
Ronda
think-
Rousey fight people? Why fight dudes?
Because she'll get her ass beat.
Probably.
Because she'll get her ass beat. It's stupid. It's like I remember.
It's just people trying to cling on to something to say, oh, okay. But so like everybody's saying like, well, Serena could beat a lot of the men. Just did some more research. 1998.
She could beat me.
I know she was a little bit younger. She was like 15, 16, but they were, you know, prodigies, right? Child prodigies.
Yeah.
It's called Karsten Brosh versus the Williams sisters. It's another event that was dubbed the Battle of the Sexes, and Karsten Brosh was the Williams sisters at that point had said that they could beat any male player ranked outside of the world's top 200. He was ranked 203rd in the world and was like, okay, I can do that. His training regimen centered around a pack of cigarettes and more than a couple of bottles of ice cold lager,
Hell yeah.
quote unquote. Match took place
Sounds
in
like my
Melbourne,
training regimen.
Australia, and he had finished a round of golf and 2 beers before it that day. He took Serena on first, and he beat her 5-0.
Nice.
So in just one set, beat her 5-0. He beat her 6-1, excuse me, and then beat her 6-1 after going up 5-0. And then Venus walked on the court, and he beat her 6-2. And so he said, like, oh, yeah,
This is when
500
Venus
above.
was better than
they,
Serena.
they were very young, obviously, but still. They've been beaten by dudes before.
He was
And
ranked 203rd.
203rd. They said they could beat any
Where
guy
were-
outside the top
Where
200.
were they ranked in the women's? Were they 1 and 2?
They were high up there. They were those prodigies. Like I
Yeah.
don't know exactly where they were, but like they lost to dude, and that's kind of a gimmicky thing. Whatever. Serena could beat a lot of guys, but she's probably not the #1 male
Absolutely.
tennis player. And
Absolutely.
I'm not a huge tennis guy, but just like guys have strength and shit.
Yes.
Like they can run down and chase down shots a lot better than women can, and just we can drive better than women. That's why Danica Patrick didn't quite work out on the NASCAR circuit, right? And everybody wanted to just buy into that. No, women aren't good drivers. That's why they're not winning races. She won one
Generally-
race, and you would have thought she fucking won the Super Bowl.
Generally, women can cook and clean just a little bit better than
Right,
men.
I've seen Top Chef.
Yes.
Women are pretty good at that. That's
Yeah.
great.
Fantastic.
But just, I just don't understand why we got to just get upset. Everybody's looking for one thing to get mad about, and it's just people online that just want to chop up little bits and pieces, or people that didn't inform themselves. Like, you guys notice how I did all of this research for the podcast because I was reading about this, because I knew I was going to be talking about it. A lot of people that want to just retweet shit, they didn't read any of that article, which is my favorite thing in the world to read. Like, when you see somebody that retweeted or shared an article or something online, and you're like, you didn't read any of that because you don't agree with it. But just shut the fuck up, people. That's one thing. But this is why I brought this up, because John McEnroe's back and Serena Williams is back and tennis is back in general now. That's a comeback kid. Is Mount Rushmore season, guys. So I figured, why not turn this into our stupid sports story that we do a Mount Rushmore of, guys. We're going to do a Mount Rushmore this week of women that can beat men at things. It doesn't just have to be sports. It can be anything.
Have to come up an intro with this, right?
No, we're gonna work on it.
Okay.
I've got the ladlets. They're writing. It's a
They're writing.
process.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not. You can't just do it
So
a day.
who's your top
All
4
right.
badass? Because
Am I-
I told you at a certain point I just looked at this as badass woman.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a woman you think could beat a guy at something. So should we go around the room? Let's.
You want to start with you?
I can start. I can go first. All right, I got Billie Jean King.
There you go.
Beat
Speaking
Bobby
of
Riggs.
tennis.
Literally beat Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes. They got a movie coming out about it. Emma Stone and Steve Carell. Looks like it's gonna be good. But Billie Jean King is a guy slayer, I guess, right?
guy slayer,
Dude
sure.
slayer.
Sure.
I guess honorable mention. Hall & Oates Maneater.
There you go. Shit band, but
I don't-
okay.
Honorable mention though. Also, I got Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
Angelina Jolie or Laura Croft?
Both. She played Laura Croft, so Angelina Jolie, who is my Laura Croft.
God, she was so fucking hot.
Right, yeah. So I mean, she could kick some ass. That was
Okay.
pretty great. I've also got Xena, Warrior Princess, TV
Who?
show. She was just a badass warrior princess.
Okay.
And then Amanda Nunes,
Nice.
women's bantamweight champion. She beat Ronda Rousey, and she kicks ass. So
did.
I think she could kick some dudes' ass. Probably, definitely mine. Definitely everybody in this room.
Okay. My list, I've got Uma Thurman from Kill Bill, obviously, because she was just a badass woman in that movie. Beatrix Kiddo, I believe her name was.
She was trying to kill Bill, obviously.
She was trying to kill Bill, obviously, and she did succeed towards the end. I've got Serena Williams, the aforementioned.
Oh, nice.
Because, I don't know, I was talking to you about this before the podcast. When we think about the greatest black athletes of
Blackleats.
blackleats, of like, let's say the past 20 years, I was thinking Tiger Woods, because he's just dominated his craft for so long. He's dominated, and now it might be Serena. She might be the best black
I would
lead.
say LeBron James.
Or LeBron James. You said LeBron James.
7 consecutive
that's a good
NBA
example, but it's
title or NBA finals.
But these guys, Tiger Woods and Serena, they did it by themselves.
I would
So-
argue LeBron did a lot of that by himself.
He did it by himself with
Oh.
Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and
Cleveland the 2 years ago he did, and then I mean LeBron's done a lot by himself, I would say.
yeah. Okay. Well, let's say solo athletes. Serena's got to be up there. She's a badass woman.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated by Serena.
No, I mean Serena. That's a very good choice. I'm not knocking you.
All right. So I got Uma Thurman from Kill Bill.
Okay.
I've got Serena. I've got Sarah Connor from Terminator.
Nice. That's a good one.
Obviously, she's a
Dun
fucking
dun
badass.
dun dun dun.
Dude, so the first time I saw Terminator, the first one I saw
Come
was
with me if
Terminator
you will
2, was Sarah Connor, and she was, doing pull-ups in her insane asylum that she was in, and she was fucking, taking doctors hostage, and just a total
Do you remember
fucking badass.
Hard Knocks
Just
when the Jets had
the
John
scene-
Connor, the fullback, and they just kept calling him Terminator?
The scene, I do not remember that, but the scene in Terminator 2 where she's about to kill the Terminator's about to die at the very end, and she's got the shotgun, and she's just cocking the shotgun with one hand. Total fucking badass moment.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
Total badass moment. She's
She's my favorite pick so
She's
far.
probably in the middle. So Sarah Connor, Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, Serena, and Ronda Rousey. I will put Ronda Rousey on that list because now I know she was beaten by
badly.
Amanda Nunes. I know,
And Holly Holm.
but I feel like Ronda Rousey gets a little more points, just a little more credit because she looks so goddamn intimidating.
Oh, why?
I'm
Because
not-
she's white
no,
and she got more publicity.
I'm not as intimidated by Nunez as I am by Ronda Rousey. for some
Well,
reason.
I think my list already beats your list because
What's that?
Nunez beat Rousey, so therefore my list is better. Just saying.
I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Bobby, what do you got?
What do you got?
Okay, I have Alice from the Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say the chick from Underworld. That's not a bad. That's
I haven't seen it.
Underworld?
Nope.
I haven't seen
Kate
Underworld either.
Beckinsale? Oh, do
Okay,
yourselves
Kate Beckinsale. I like Kate
Do
Beckinsale.
yourselves a favor and watch Underworld. Okay, go
I've
ahead.
got Jessica Negri. She could probably do cosplay better than any guy.
Jessica Negri.
Yeah.
She's a cosplayer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
I have
Like she appeared on the Cosby Show a few times? Is that what you mean?
I think that's what cosplay is.
That's
I
what
believe.
cosplay means.
I have Sarah Palin. She can name her children weirder things than any other guy can.
I don't think... Okay.
But
I was thinking of a
I
politician
would argue
and
that
Sarah
she
Palin-
lost the election.
Well, she didn't run for president. She ran for vice
But
president.
she lost the vice presidential
it.
election.
I
So like
mean-
that, because a lot of people like Hillary wins president. Hillary's obviously on this Mount Rushmore, right?
But she didn't win.
She would have shattered the glass ceiling.
She would have, but she didn't.
First female vice president candidate, right?
Yes.
So that's shattering a glass
Okay,
ceiling right
go
there.
ahead.
That's fair.
Okay.
Then I have this chick named Suzanne Sykes, or AKA Busty Hart.
Oh,
She is a big-breasted model who can
a BBM, if you will.
smash cans with her breast. and
Smash what
water
with her breast?
Cans.
I thought you said hams.
I thought she said hams too.
Cans.
And watermelons?
Probably
Jesus.
ham.
All right, so you
Smash a
showed us this
watermelon.
video before, and my initial thought was, oh, she's going to put the watermelon between her gigantic boobies
Right.
and smash it somehow the same way you would if
Oh,
you
no.
put, if you put a watermelon up your ass crack and smashed it that way. I've seen that been done.
Never done that.
On certain adult websites.
Okay.
And, but no, this chick is literally taking her boobie and just like lifting it up and then banging it on the watermelon, which is
It's interesting.
It's interesting to say
Interesting
the least.
move.
Interesting to say the least.
And that's your 4?
That's my fourth.
It's a solid 4.
It's all for.
I don't want to brag, but I think I
think
win.
mine
I think
wins.
I win
I
this
don't know.
one. So tweet us, guys,
Between-
at Pass Agree
between-
Pod, at Alex J. Middleton, at Real Chris Hogan, and at Robert Barbosa 03. Who won the Mount Rushmore this week?
I think between Uma Thurman from Kill Bill and Sarah Connor, you can't beat that.
Sarah Connor's like your only one, I feel like. I'm not even worried about Uma Thurman.
Have you seen Uma Thurman?
I'm
in
not
Kill
even
Bill?
worried about
Have
her.
you seen Kill Bill?
Laura Croft would fucking take care of her in a second, bro.
You're such a fool.
Laura
You're such a
Croft
fool.
wouldn't even like hesitate.
You've never seen Kill Bill?
I have seen Kill Bill. Xena and Laura
You're
Croft
such
would
a
have
fool.
nothing to do
You're
with it.
such a fool.
And then Amanda Nunes would just beat
I'm
her
not
ass
even- I'm
after
not-
she's already finished beating her on
Oh,
his ass
please.
again.
I'm not even going to get into it with
So,
you.
okay, John McEnroe, Serena Williams, tennis, they're back. Those are Mount Rushmores, and we're going to keep doing this every week. Also, Big Brother, Dad, is back.
Hells yeah, it is.
Hey!
Are we doing our thing right now?
We're going to do it in a second. We're going to do it in a second, but it's back. Because
is
it's
indeed.
premiering. The 2-hour premiere is on Wednesday. Tomorrow for us, for you guys, it's today.
Today.
And then Thursday, we got another hour. So it's pretty great. I'm pretty stoked. Big Brother.
I'm super excited.
The summer show that gets you to football season, gang. It's here. It's back.
Which
My
means that,
happiest comeback.
like you might
kid
as
so
well
far.
just say football season is back,
Like,
right?
to me it is.
To me
because
it is.
I'm done.
Because
I'm good.
I'm
summer,
done.
later summer,
It's like you got to wait from like February to now.
and I'm just gonna be online watching
waiting
this
is
shit.
done. Waiting is
All
done.
right, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, here's a good one. Gay Pride.
Ah,
That's back. It was
yes.
Pride weekend. Everybody was doing all their
didn't-
rainbow shit.
I didn't know until I started seeing everything on Twitter talking about, fruitcakes.
Yeah, there were those people too. That
Yeah.
was weird.
I hate the people. Look at the mess they left behind at the parade.
There were people that posted that.
There were people that
yesterday,
posted that
and
kind
it's
of
just
thing.
like, well, they're talking about being neat freaks. It's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Any parade's gonna have garbage out of it. It's not just
Any
because it's a gay
parade.
parade. That probably just has more glitter at the end of
A
it. But
little
like,
more glitter. Yeah, I get it.
it's got
Okay.
as much trash as anything else does. I loved reading comments when people would talk about that stuff, and it's just like these like super like it's like old like ladies just bitching about shit. It's just like, well, the Bible says it's wrong. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And it's
Yeah.
like, guys, come on, let's come up with some new jokes, or just
right.
shut the fuck up and get used to it now, guys. Like, you don't have to go to Pride. You don't have to go to it.
Yeah,
Just ignore it if you don't want to like it.
I agree.
You don't have to bitch about it. Just quit making a fuss about it. But Gay Pride's back.
Gay Pride's
And
good.
we're proud of all you guys.
I sent you a snap of Bo celebrating his gay.
Yeah, he
pride.
did. He had the gay glasses on, the rainbow glasses. So
did indeed.
so way to go. Happy Roy G. Biv Pride, guys.
Absolutely.
Here's a good one. Shitting yourself is back.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw this. UFC Fight Night on Sunday. Justine Kish, she shit herself. She was getting choked out, and although if you ask me, spin zone, bold defensive move right there.
That
Because
is
if
a
I'm
bold-
choking someone out and they shit on me, probably gonna let go. Most cases.
I remember when I played Little League basketball, I would say, you know what? I'm not going to brush my teeth before the game because when somebody's playing defense on me, I'll just blow that hot air right into their breath. They'll
And then you
back
got
up off
cavities,
me.
though.
And then I got like 10, 12 cavities that summer. It was super weird.
It was the worst summer ever.
But yeah, no, that's a very good defense mechanism.
Still lost the fight, though.
Still lost the fight.
But
Apparently that's not
bold move.
super, like...
Apparently it's happened before.
It happens all the time.
It was just funny that we saw it this
funny.
time.
That's embarrassing. How do you come back from that?
Colin Kaepernick,
God.
he's back. You see he's done with football?
Apparently.
He is done
Or the
with this
NFL.
organization known as the NFL because he's not going to stand for their politics and the way that they're blackballing him and all of this. Let's not forget that he wasn't signed by anybody. He had gotten only one tryout that he didn't make the team for. But he's done with the NFL. The NFL's not done with him. He's done with the NFL. Now, I know I'm not on a team,
It's like when the girl...
but I'm not going to play.
It's like when the girl breaks up with you, and then you tell everybody else that you broke up with her. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. I feel like it's kind of like that.
It's like, dude, the NFL broke up with you a while back, bro.
Dog, nobody wanted you, man.
Like, you're just like the clingy girlfriend that finally like gets it. You're like, you know what? I'm better than you. I'm gonna go get a makeover and I'm gonna redo myself. New year, new me.
You knew me.
Like the girl, like she waited till her birthday, so now she's gonna dump the guy or whatever. She's like,
Right.
now it's all about me. I'm in my 30s. I don't know.
Single and ready to mingle.
So yeah, Colin Kaepernick, buddy. Hey, go raise you some funds for your stuff. I think he's doing good shit for inner city kids, and I'm all for that. But just you were kind of you drew too much attention to yourself. That's why teams didn't want you, and the talent on the field did not relay to the talent and all of the shit that came with having you on a team. So I think that's why you didn't get signed. You just weren't good enough.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Browns have Brock Osweiler as their quarterback.
For now, anyway.
Just think about that.
For now.
Colin Kaepernick, I would say, is better than Brock Osweiler.
Would you?
A lot of people. I might think that you might
What
be
did
better
he
than
have,
Brock
like
Osweiler.
2 yards or something stupid like that?
Yeah, it was bad. Bill Cosby. He was back a couple months, like a month or so
Did
ago.
we not talk about this last week?
He's back. No, because he's teaching town hall meetings, which are also back.
But he was
About how to get out. No, he was back like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
You gotta have a 2-week absence before you can be come back. I don't know. We don't really have rules.
No.
But yeah, Bill Cosby town hall meetings because he's gonna be teaching town hall meetings on how to not get
That's
in trouble for
stupid.
sexual assault. So what you do here is you give him the jello with the drugs in it, and then you make sure you wear a condom.
Okay.
That's probably pretty good. Bill Cosby,
Pretty
I would say.
accurate cause. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was good cause. Good cause.
And then CNN. CNN, I guess, is my last comeback kid because all those guys just got resigned because they made up shit about fake news. So like, Trump,
then-
fake news is fake.
Well, you could put
It
James
was fake.
O'Keefe on your comeback kid. I don't know if you
Georgia
know about
O'Keefe.
James O'Keefe. He's the guy who was with Breitbart way back when, and he's the guy you hear about every few years. He'll go undercover and then expose a bunch of stuff, like he did Acorn, like in 2010 or something like that.
Acorn.
It was this like community organizer foundation or whatever. But last night he got on videotape a CNN a CNN reporter basically saying that the Trump-Russia thing is just bullshit, basically.
He's like, yeah, we don't have any concrete facts or anything like that.
Right. He's the guy, I'm sure you heard, he dressed up as a pimp and he had his partner dress up as a prostitute, and they go and they do these undercover videos and they expose like Planned Parenthood and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This
and
is the same people?
Yeah, these are the same guys, and they did it with CNN, and they released the video last night. He's kind of a comeback kid. But anyways, another comeback kid is DJ Screw. DJ Screw is a comeback
yes,
kid because
yes.
today is June 27th. Now, I don't know if you know anything about June 27th.
June 28th, if you're listening, normally.
28th, yeah. So June 27th is a big day for Houston rap fans. Robert, you a fan of DJ Screw?
I've never heard of him
Never heard of DJ Screw. How long have you lived in Houston?
all my life.
For shame, I say. For shame. He's back in the 90s, he did all the fucking chopped and screwed everything. People love DJ Screw. I don't think that's DJ Screw. Oh, this is DJ Screw. Go to June 27th. So do you like this, Alex? Do you like the sound of this?
I'm not a huge, I know I'm in
It's like
Houston.
people love this stuff.
That,
And
is it slab rap is what they call it?
I've never heard. Yeah, I
Like
guess.
the Paul Wall
It's just
style.
chopped and screwed.
And I like to talk real slow.
Go to June. Type in June 27th on YouTube, and we'll listen to that as I talk about this. I put it on as an unpopular opinion. unpopular opinion, chopped and screwed stuff
0.
is not that great. No, it's just do June 27 DJ Screw. This is not it. I mean, this is it, but this isn't the right version. But anyways, whatever. People
This is
love
what I
this.
can find.
People love this fucking shit, and I don't think it's that great. They go crazy for it, and it's got to do with the Houston bias in the city. People think that anything that comes out of Houston is the best.
I don't get that.
I don't get that.
You,
I don't know how you feel.
look like a punk if you like only
If you-
go after like.
How do you feel about Krispy Kreme donuts? You don't like Krispy Kreme, do you?
I don't not like Krispy Kreme's awesome. They're donuts.
It's
I think
like-
it's funny when people like bitch about donuts.
It's like, well, hold on, because you talk to somebody from Houston and they'll say, you know,
you don't like Shipley.
Shipley is the best. It's the best in the world. I'm like, all right, calm down. Krispy Kreme, let's bring Krispy Kreme into this conversation. And like, oh, Krispy Kreme is disgusting. Like, you're fucking crazy if you think Krispy
If
Kreme
you don't
is
like
a bad
Buc-ee's,
donut.
you don't like Buc-ee's, like
yeah, if you don't
you're
like Buc-ee's,
just go kill yourself.
Or if you don't think Frenchie's is the best fried chicken, or I don't know, if you don't think Urban Cowboy is the best goddamn movie in the face of the planet.
Don't think that.
People are so biased in the city. But anyways, June 27th, DJ Screw, he basically did like this 35-minute freestyle with him and like 5 guys, and it's a huge fucking deal amongst the blacks in the community. I will say they love this.
Thanks
day.
for keeping us woke, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm keeping you woke. That's what I'm here for. Half black guy on the podcast. I got to do something, right? So yeah, DJ Screw is a comeback kid. His shit's not that great though. I'll be the first to tell you.
Obviously,
Like,
the best
listen-
thing
listen-
to come out of Houston is UGK. I would say.
Yeah, Pimp C.
'Cause I don't get Paul Wall either.
I don't get Paul Wall. I mean,
Sitting sideways,
like Mike
boys
Jones, I don't
in
get.
a daze.
I get it, like Lil Kiki and stuff like that. Zero is pretty good.
Travis Scott's not bad.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
He's Houston.
Okay.
H-Town.
Just say so. Is he white?
No,
Travis?
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott?
Black people can also be named Travis.
Okay, if you
Fun
say
fact.
so. If you say so. Some Houston rap is okay, but a lot of it is like pretty elementary lyrics. Like, just bad. But anyways, so DJ Screw, comeback kid. Nick Cannon, comeback kid.
What did he do?
I saw him last night. I was watching, I don't know if you watched the NBA award
No.
deal. No, nobody watches that shit. But I was watching just because I was flipping through the channels, and he presented the award to D'Antoni, Coach D'Antoni, as Coach of the Year. And of course, he was wearing his fucking turban on stage.
Well, it's because of his religion.
And man, every time I see him, I'm like, what an untalented hack. What a overpaid, just fucking hack. And I Google his name, Nick Cannon, and apparently he was at the BET Awards like the night before, and he was rapping on the pre-show, because there's got to be a pre-show.
All right.
And
all right.
everybody on Twitter was just shitting on the fact that he was trying to rap, and he's just so goddamn untalented. He just goes. He got fired from NBC because he was telling those awful jokes on his Showtime comedy special. It's like he's trying to find what he wants to do. Like, he goes from being a comedian to a rapper to a host. He just goes from network to network. Whoever will take him will take him. He's just
Probably because he's not really good at any of it.
he's not good at anything. Robert, Nick Cannon fan? Yay or nay?
Do you
I
know who
don't know
Nick
who he
Cannon
is.
is?
You
You don't know who
good
Nick
for
Cannon
you.
is?
No.
Good
who
for
he
you. I wish I didn't know who Nick Cannon was. I really wish I
Oh,
didn't.
you haven't seen him in the Radio Shack ads? Because you
His
know your
fucking
career is
show
going well
Wild
when
and
you're
Out,
speaking for
when you're
Radio
speaking
Shack.
For Radio Shack.
I'm not talking about you, Howie Long, I promise. 'Cause
Um,
that was successful back then.
Was he in the Radio Shack ads?
Yeah, dude. Howie Long used to always be in there.
Yeah, I mean, life is political.
Well, if it's political, you have to be outside the 100-foot range there.
We
Is this
doing
something
everything that we can do
political?
is
I
what
mean,
we always
life.
do.
Life.
All right, have fun.
This is called Too Broke to Vote.
Everybody I know say they too broke to vote. With all this heavy slave mentality. we
Oh,
could've
this
broke
isn't
to
his
vote.
rap. This
Nobody
is
cares
his,
about me. Nobody
his
cares about
spoken
my
word.
family.
Fun
Nobody
fact,
cares
though,
about
like,
my
you
folks.
don't-
Nobody
you're
cares
not
about
too
my
broke to
brother.
vote. All you have
Nobody
to do is
cares
have an
about
ID.
me. That's my
Listen to him.
campaign slogan.
He's so
We got money
goddamn
for war,
fake.
we can't feed
He's
our
just so
homies.
fucking
Government is hopeless.
fake.
It's like a reality
You know what
show.
Nick Cannon
Real
is
lives
like
of
to
the
me?
house liar, starring
So
Anglo-Saxon Christians.
there were a lot of
Change
girls
the
I went to
channel,
high school with
bunch
that were
of
really
artists,
nerdy,
switch up the
and then when they
game,
graduated high school, they realized, oh, I'm kind of hot actually. Like,
Yeah,
ironically,
yeah.
I'm super hot. I'm super fucking hot, and I just realized it like 2 years after graduation. And then all of a sudden, they're like this super fucking popular chick, like on Instagram or Twitter or something, because they got north of 1,000 followers or something like that. So they think the shit doesn't stink. That's what Nick Cannon is like. Nick Cannon is like, I was a weirdo on Nickelodeon, and I was just the weirdo on Nickelodeon. I got corny laughs or whatever, and now I realized, oh, I could be the cool black guy if I want to. And I'm going to be the cool black guy. And that's what he is. I'm all of a sudden a totally different person. He is a totally fucking different person than he is if you go watch America's Got Talent and then you go watch his rap video. He's just whitewashed in one thing on America's Got Talent. And then, down with the cause, fucking gangster rap. Fuck you, Nick Cannon.
I hate
you. I've told this story before, but my greatest moment in my life, I was more proud of myself than any other moment when I came face to face with Nick Cannon. I was 3 feet away from him, and I said at the top of my lungs, "Ugh, he's the worst." And he heard me, and he saw me, and it was just the greatest. It was the greatest.
Did he tell you that
Nick Cannon
people
is
get
the
too
fucking
broke to
worst.
vote sometimes?
Fuck you, Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I hate Mariah Carey, and I like her more than I like Nick Cannon. Which I feel like
Mariah Carey is a hard person to like. She was supposed to be on Will Ferrell's new movie. Did you see that?
Well, like she showed up and like wanted different
She showed
scenes
up,
or whatever,
super late, and she wanted to like.
and her
reshoot
character
a lot of
dies, and
scenes.
she's like, "I don't want my character to die." It's like, "No, you're out."
Bitch, what a cunt.
Yeah, fuck bitches like that.
Anyways,
Not
those
bitches,
are my comeback kids.
but
Nick.
just bitches like that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we guys tell you about our fun Amazon banner over at PassTheGravyPod.com. You're doing your Amazon shopping. And just go directly to PassTheGravyPod.com. Click that little banner right there. It'll take you there. And you just click on it, and it gives us a little kickback. They just want to know we created a little web traffic from our site to theirs. And we get a tiny little portion of that. It costs you nothing extra, but a little click. And you help give back to your favorite podcast. So keep putting some wins in the sales of your favorite pirate ship. And support Pass the Gravy Podcast at PassTheGravyPod.com. Use our Amazon banner. And also, you also want to support us, but you don't want to go on Amazon. You just want to directly rock your Pass the Gravy shit. Go and buy our shit at PassTheGravyMerch.com. We've got all of our t-shirts. We've got the Wheels on Meals on Wheels. We've got the Dallas Killed JFK People Don't Forget shirt. That's my personal favorite. Juan Perdomo was rocking that at the meat raffle. And then yesterday, Phyllis was at Rise Against, and she texted me a picture of somebody out in the front row of the pit, and I zoomed in, and there's a little Pass the Gravy logo on the back, and it was a Dallas Killed JFK People Don't Forget shirt. And I was just like, fuck yeah, we're taking over. So thanks to whoever wore that. You got the Bomb Pop shirt if you want to get that for 4th of July. That's what I'm going to be rocking on 4th of July. All kinds of cool shit. All of our Pass the Gravy gear. PassTheGravyMerch.com. And go support the cause, gang. Go support the cause. And if you buy some shit, tweet us a picture of it, and we'll let you know. We'll retweet it. Yeah, we are taking over. Like Akon, right? Was that Akon?
It was either Akon or T-Pain.
All right, well, now let's get to the fun part. This is the part we've been teasing. We've been talking about it, and 16 of you motherfuckers, including us, have been involved in this. This is the second ever Pass the Gravy Big Brother Pool for Big Brother 19. Season premieres on Wednesday at the 2-hour premiere. Like I've already said a million times. Now's the part, guys.
God, I'm so
We're
fucking
drawing
excited.
names. We're drawing names. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, here we go.
Super Bowl Big Brother season right here, guys. All right,
not
Chris.
quite yet. I guess you
Not
would say the
quite.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl
the
is the
finale
finale.
would probably
Sure.
be. All right, I'm going to need you to trade me bowls. We have 2 bowls over there, one with house guest names, one with competitors' names.
All
in
right.
it.
What do you want first? Do you want the house guests? Or do you want the competitors?
Well, let's go competitors,
All right, I've got the house guests.
and then toss me the house guests over here.
house guests.
All right. Now I'm going to pull a name of a house guest, and then I'm going to pull a name of another person. Hold on. I've got to fucking pull up the Big Brother, info shit. Just listen to the music. This is not great what I'm doing right now.
This is fantastic. PTG's Big Brother 19-4. This is good stuff, man.
And Bobby Jokes is going to get so hooked into this.
Hell yeah, he is.
I can't wait.
God, it's going to be good. All right.
All right.
This is good pod. This is
This
great
is
pod.
This is great pod. We're just gonna keep playing that over and over again. If only I could.
I can just see the house guests flipping their hair and introducing themselves. As I
Hi,
introduce-
it's me, and I like basketball, so I'm spinning a basketball on my
Yeah,
finger.
Exactly.
See, right? That's exactly what they would do.
If I were on that theme, I would be the guy just folding my arms and nodding, just like that.
All right, ready for it?
Yep, let's do this. Nice.
All right.
All right.
First house guest, guys.
Okay.
Or no, we're gonna pick up. We're
Yeah,
gonna pick up
pick-
a person
pick up a
first.
person
All right, first person. to be assigned their Big Brother house guest is Allison Marson.
Allison.
Who are you going to get? Let's find out. You're going to be getting Dominique. Let's go find out a little bit about Dominique, gang. Let's go see. Dominique is 30 years old from Tuskegee, Alabama, and she is currently a government engineer. So how about that? How about that?
Hope I spelled
Allison
Dominique right.
and Dominique. Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, our next person we're gonna assign a cast member to is Phyllis.
Philly.
Who you got,
Cheese
Philly?
styles.
Let's see who she's got. Ooh, she's got Alex. Alex OW. She's 28 years old out of Thousand Oaks, California, and she is an eco-friendly marketing rep.
She might be, in my opinion, the hottest one on the of the house guests.
She reminds me of a Pow Pow.
Pow
2
Pow?
seasons ago. She was Pow Pow on the show, one of the
She
first
reminds
couple
me-
out.
She reminds me of, who's the chick that won it all last year?
Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole,
I like
okay.
Nicole.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, she's got that. She's pretty cute. Kind of a Tila Tequila, maybe a little bit too.
A little bit.
All right. Our next participant, Darren Hemo, is going to be paired with Jillian. Let's find a little about Jillian really quick, if I can ever find anything about Jillian, but I can't.
It's whatever.
Nope. We're gonna do it. It's somewhere here. I've got all of these just like lined up. All right, Jillian Parker is 24 years old out of Celebration, Florida. She lives in Las Vegas currently, though, and she's a timeshare sales rep.
So she's a scammer.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe that's the perfect kind of person you have going into the Big Brother house. If you
Absolutely.
think about it, you got to scam some people.
You do.
All right, Rory Taylor. Who are we pairing you up with, buddy? We are going to give you Matthew Kleins, a 33-year-old renovation consultant from Arlington, Virginia, huh? How about that? That should be fun. All right. Going back into the pool. Ooh, this is mine. This is going to be my guy right here. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. I got Ilana.
How you spell that?
Elena. And Ilana is a 26-year-old radio personality. Huh?
Oh, what?
She's a radio personality out of Fort Worth, Texas.
That's what you do. And you're from Texas.
What a coinkydink.
Wow.
Well, she's her hometown is Dallas, so I'm not a huge fan of this pairing. But
I get it. You're willing to let.
she's not ugly. She's not ugly. So there we go. I got Elena.
Okay.
All right. Who's coming up next? Juan Perdomo. Just gave him a shout out. He was rocking the Dallas Killed JFK shirt at the meat raffle, and he's gonna be dealing with Cody. Cody's gonna be his go-to this season. Let's get a little info on Cody. He's Cody Nixon is 32 years old out of Lake Mills, Iowa, but currently living in Plano, Texas.
Nice.
He's a construction sales rep.
Cool.
He's gonna have to go construct some alliances in this Big Brother house. All right, Amanda Hemel is going to be paired up with Josh. Where's Josh? Let's go see what Josh's story. Josh Martinez is 23 years old, out of Miami, Florida, and he's a hair care. He's in hair care sales.
Okay.
So he's selling hair care products, I would assume. All right, what do we got next? What's coming up? Emma Lawler.
Emma. Who does she have?
The Boothang. She's going to be paired with Jessica.
Nice.
Let's go learn about Jessica Graff, 26 years old out of Cranston, Rhode Island, but currently living in Los Angeles, California. She is a VIP concierge. Huh? What does that do? You just get people shit? I don't know what a concierge is, but okay. All right. Michael LeBear, the reigning Big Brother pool champion. He won the Make America Gravy Again hat last year. Let's see if his luck works out just as well this year. He's going to be getting Cameron. Let's go learn about Cameron a little bit.
I'm sorry.
This is Michael LeBear. He's getting Cameron, and Cameron is Cameron Hurd, 24 years old, out of North Aurora, Illinois. He's a microbiologist. So you might have got the smartest guy in the game. What if Michael wins 2 years in a row? That'd be ridiculous. Yeah. All right, Aaron Raybold, who we got for you, buddy? Let's dig into the bag of tricks. And you're going to be getting Kevin. Kevin. Aaron Raybold assigned Kevin Schlehuber. I'm not going to pronounce it. Kevin S.
Okay.
He's 55 years old out of Boston, Mass. Dude! Did you see the Red Sox game? David Ortiz got a jersey retired. No, I didn't see that, dude. Dude!
Do we have to do this
He's a stay-at-home dad.
Oh,
Stay-at-home
queer.
dad. So at least he didn't have to, like, leave a job, right?
Yeah.
Stay-at-home dads
Well, who's
work
watching
harder
the
than
kids?
anyone. All right, Gabe. I don't have your last name. You're at Texan Gabe on Twitter. He literally hit me because remember last week I said, hit me up and say, get me in that motherfucking Big Brother
Oh,
pool.
yeah.
That is exactly what he texted me.
Gotcha.
He got Megan Louder. She's 28 years old out of Cathedral City, California, living in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and she's a dog walker. If Cole had played again this year, this would have been the perfect person for
Dude,
Cole.
I'm hoping I get Jason, man. I still haven't gotten him.
All right, and as you say that, Chris coming up.
Chris,
Who
come
we
on,
got?
Jason.
You want to draw this one?
Yes, absolutely I do. I got Ramses.
Ramses!
Fuck, I got Ramses.
Ramses Soto.
Is like who was the gay guy from last year? What was his name?
I don't remember.
Oh god damn it. But he's that guy for this year.
Maybe.
Ugh.
Maybe. All right.
What was his name?
Ramsey Soto, 21
All right.
years old, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's a cosplay artist.
I don't know what that is.
So he's really into the Bill Cosby show. I think we
Okay.
just
I guess.
discussed this.
I guess.
Cosplay.
I'm going
He
for
loves the
Ramses.
Bill Cosby show.
Okay.
Seems like an odd occupation these days,
Last
but
year
okay.
I had Nicole's boyfriend, and that was cool.
Yeah, you did. You had Corey, right?
Yeah, I think that was his name.
All right, what's coming up next? Bobby Jokes.
Bobby Jokes.
Bobby Jokes. Who you want to draw it?
Who do you got?
Christmas. Bobby Jokes got Christmas. That's right.
Arguably one of the hottest chicks in this
Weirdest names in the game.
game. Definitely weirdest.
Worst name, I would say. Christmas is Christmas Abbott. She's out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Currently living in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she is a fitness superstar, is what it says to her.
She's tatted up too.
So maybe you're gonna get
In shape?
you're gonna get the competition beast right here. She does look pretty hot though. I would say she's probably my hottest chick in the show. She's 35 years old, so there you go. Her hobbies or her favorite activities: working out or playing a sport, cooking and working. That's what I like to hear in a woman. Cooking.
Goddamn.
All right, and coming up next, Joseph Acosta. Now, he had Glenn last year. Glenn was the first one out. So immediately he was out of the competition. Hopefully he
gets
sticks
Kevin
around
this
a
year.
little bit longer. Joseph is going to be paired with, if I can ever get this piece of paper open, Jason. He got our favorite. I think Chris and I picked Jason as our current favorite, just the guy that we like the most. Jason Dent, 37 years old, out of Humiston, Iowa. He's a rodeo clown. Pretty great.
Pretty great.
Pretty great.
And he rocks an ascot like
Yeah, he
nobody's
rocks the
business.
ascot. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
He's got weird teeth though.
A little bit.
All right, and I guess this is we get two more. Two more. Russell Stewart. I believe he's Undead Kid on Instagram. He is going to be getting Mark. Mark. Let's learn about Mark. What's going on with Mark's life? Mark Jansen, 25 years old, out of Grand Island, New York. He's a personal trainer. So there you go, Russ. Hopefully that pans out for you. And then our final contestant, and you're just getting paired up with whoever's left, Daniel Ramirez. Ironically, the last person to join the pool.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna get Raven.
Raven.
So all season long, you can say that was so Raven, or that was not very
That was
Raven.
not very
That
Raven.
wasn't very Raven at all. Raven is a 23-year-old dance teacher out of Devils Bluff, Arkansas. She's quirky, bubbly, and outgoing, she says.
I like her. I like Raven.
Yeah, weird name also, but yeah, okay.
so excited.
That is our Big Brother 19 poll. Now we're gonna make a little graphic for you. We'll throw it up on the stuff in the show page. So if you just heard everything, just
Can I
go
switch?
check
I
out
don't
that.
want Ramses.
You can't
God
switch.
damn
That's
it.
the whole point of the game, dude.
I don't want Ramses.
You got a random
Robert,
draw.
what do you
If your
got?
person, you
Let's
don't
switch. Let's switch.
No, we're not switching. Nobody's switching.
You take Ramses.
Nobody's switching. You can't switch, Robert.
it.
You can't switch. I've already got the names written down. I'm not letting anybody switch. And like we're the people that are just gonna fuck up the whole system because if we win, nothing happens.
I guess.
Everybody else gets a prize. We don't get anything.
Okay.
We,
All
bre-
right.
we break even. We don't lose money.
What else we got?
Okay. So that was our Big Brother pool drawing. A lot less fun for those of you that don't really give a fuck. But we're gonna start telling you ahead of time. We're like, hey, this is the part where if you want to fast forward through, go ahead and fast forward through for about 10 minutes. We're gonna break it down and it's gonna be over. All right. Let me tell you guys about MeUndies, MeUndies.com, gang. Pride starts on the inside, so celebrate yourself with MeUndies. MeUndies makes the ultimate feel-good undies with free shipping right to your door, satisfaction guaranteed. Designed in LA, every pair of MeUndies is made with micro-modal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton. Their soft, stretchy undies come in an ever-changing array of colors and patterns. No matter what your lifestyle is, they have something for you. That's because MeUndies believes in people feeling good and being themselves, which is why MeUndies is putting their money where their underwear is during Pride Month. For every pair of special edition Celebrate undies you buy during Pride, MeUndies is going to donate $1 to the Los Angeles LGBT Center. As if you needed another reason to try MeUndies, they're offering 20% off your first pair and a satisfaction guarantee that you'll love them or your money back. Just visit our URL at MeUndies.com/podcast. Head to MeUndies today and pick up a pair of special edition Celebrate undies. You'll not only get a discount of awesome, you'll be donating to an awesome cause. Check out MeUndies.com/podcast today. MeUndies.com/podcast. All right. Man, I'm just jacked up about Big Brother right now.
Me too.
I can't stop. Can't stop thinking about it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Not cool, man.
It's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Do that, not cool, man. Do that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Do that, not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Do you have any not cools for me?
Yeah, you want to hear one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So on my way into work, I was listening to this radio show. This one of the morning shows in Houston.
Was it mine? The one I'm on?
I don't know. One of the host asked. He was just like, they were talking about the ESPN body issue, and the host said, "Who's the fat guy on this year's ESPN?"
Oh,
body
I know
issue?
exactly what show you're talking about.
And the dick producer, the fucking dick douchebag of a producer said, well, I guess it's Ezekiel Elliott. He's the fattest guy. I'm like, okay, that's very convenient for this producer, who I'm pretty sure is a Giants fan, to say that the star running back for the Dallas Cowboys is the fattest guy on the goddamn.
So we were discussing this on the ESPN body, the ESPN body issue on the show this morning, and Rod was like, "Well, who's the fat guy? Who's the chubby guy on it?" Yeah. And because last year was Vince Wilfork, the year before that was Prince Fielder, so that's been a thing. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I don't know if they're doing it. I guess it would be Ezekiel Elliott, just because he was like the biggest guy that I saw on the list. And
he's
I was like,
the roundest.
I guess Ezekiel Elliott, he's kind of got a pot belly. You've seen him. Yeah. He wears the half shirts.
He's stocky.
Everybody
for
sees.
Sure.
So I was just like, yeah, I would say he would be the chubby one. I got an email that was like, dude, talking bad about the 5-time Super Bowl champions. If he's chubby, then what am I? And I was like, no need to be upset, man. Like, it's cool. I just was responding to, I was just answering a question with my best guest answer, and it just happened to be a Dallas Cowfox.
Dallas Cowfox.
So, but just,
that was
whatever.
Funny. I don't even know why you respond to those guys.
Because I don't want people to feel like their voice is going unheard. And then he responded back. He was cool. He was just breaking my balls, which is fine. But yeah, Ezekiel Elliott, I guess, is not cool. If that's
who's the hottest chick
cool.
on that ESPN?
Caroline Wozniacki, tennis player.
Oh.
Pretty great. Good luck spelling that too.
Yeah, Emily.
Caroline Wozniacki.
Oh, where did I hear?
I don't know where you heard Emily.
Whoa.
All right, can I get to mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is mine not cool. And mine is just really commercials.
Ooh, she's from Denmark.
This is a commercial, basically.
I don't know how I feel about Danish chicks being hot.
They're hot. Danish chicks are hot. So have you seen this commercial? It's a Microsoft commercial again. I think Microsoft just kind of sucks at making commercials lately. But just
born with a crayon in my hand.
She was born with a crayon in her hand.
To see if there was a way for design to play a positive role in what was going on in the world. There's a jacket that's reflective for visibility, sleeping bag jackets that turn into tents.
All right, just right there. Let me stop you right there. Sleeping bag jacket, I could maybe see that. Snuggie was already made though, so Snuggie beat you to it. Then a jacket that turns into a tent. Now, just you're an outdoorsman sometimes, Chris.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at pictures of Caroline.
She's pretty great, huh?
Wozniacki.
Yeah.
Like,
would you ever wandering around outside and you're like, man, I wish this big ass fucking bulky jacket that drags on the floor would also turn into a tent.
There's metal poles.
And it's like, yeah, I'm just making things that are good to like use for the world around me. Like, what kind of bitch is fucking wandering around like in a wooded area, just like carrying like a sack around this? Like, it's a cape. It's basically a cape. It's not. You're never gonna need a tent with a jacket. I've never once been like, I wish the jacket turned into a tent. It's a horrible idea.
Well, let me
it's
ask
a horrible
you this.
premise, and
Let me
it's
ask you
I
this.
thought because I can use my iPad computer thing.
Let me ask you this.
Fuck you. Not you. Her.
Before it was invented, did you ever say to yourself, man, I wish this backpack held water and had a tube running from the backpack to my mouth?
Yeah.
You did think that.
I wish that there was. I remember thinking like I wish
Because
there was
I
a bag
remember-
we could
because-
carry with water in it.
I don't know if you
It was
remember,
easier to get
like
to.
around 2008-ish, they came out with a jacket that had headphones in it. Robert, do you remember these? They had like, the strings where you pull and it tightens the hoodie?
Yeah.
They had headphones in those strings. And
I remember that.
I remember thinking like 3 years before, like, man, they should have fucking headphones in these, like little earbuds or something. And then they came out and it was the best invention. You're interrupting me now.
No, it's a jacket that is reflective for light. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. A sleeping bag one, like it's a Snuggie basically.
Yeah.
And then
Turns
just
into a tent.
no, like there's just different kinds. But like,
That
and if you
seems-
see these jackets, like they're just like fucking capes. Like they're like. What are they wearing here? Robes, basically like robes. Like nobody wears a robe out as a jacket, and that's like the size of this, and they just look bulky as shit. Like you're making a horrible product. This isn't cool, guys. This is an awful thing to just be like, well, and I use it on my Microsoft thing because normal people that make good products use iPads because they're cool.
I hear
That's
you.
pretty much what you're telling me, and that's not cool. So go fuck yourself. And then also my other not cool is Spirit Airlines.
What?
You see this story. So, the rule that they made a while back? It's like you're supposed to buy, if you're a bigger person, you got to buy 2 seats.
Yeah.
Well,
That's been the rule.
this extremely considerate, hefty fella, he purchased 2 seats on a Spirit Airlines flight. Gets to the airport. What did they tell him? They gave away one of his tickets.
Aw.
So guess who can't fly?
Really?
Guess who can't fly because he's too big because Spirit gave away your fucking 2 tickets. Not cool, Spirit.
Why would...
I'm just United's getting shit on a lot right now. We're gonna spread the hate. Fuck you too, Spirit Airlines.
Who flies Spirit?
People that don't have a lot of money and want to fly cheaply. I think Spirit's the one that like charges you on anything.
They charge you for a bag of peanuts.
Like you have a carry-on, I think they charge you.
Yeah, they charge you for ice in your Coke. Like they charge for every fucking thing. Spirit is awful.
So yeah, I would just say that not cool. That's definitely not cool to take away the big guy that was trying to be a good neighbor to everybody else. Like the guy's trying to do what you're supposed to do. He had to pay double, and you gave away one of that shit. Fuck you, Spirit
That
Airlines.
sucks that he has to pay double. I mean, I guess
Poor fella.
What are you gonna do? Fucking lose some weight, dude.
But he did, but like, and I understand. Like, I'm usually on that side, but like, he did everything he was supposed to do, and then they still fucked him over.
Airlines are awful. That
Yeah,
way.
not cool, guys.
Airlines are awful.
That's
that
not
way.
cool. All right, now it's time for answers. We'll wrap it up. If you have answers you'd like to submit, or just questions you'd like to submit for the answers segment, answers@passthegravypod.com. You can also tweet them to us at passthegravypod. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Chris is at Real Chris Hogan, and Bobby Jokes is at Robert Barbosa 03. Send them our way. We will add them to you. We read every single one, and we pick the best/worst, and we throw them out there, and then that's what we ask every week. Now, TG Ivy, our girl, she's going to start us off with this one. Falling. Gravity's way of being a bitch.
No.
Why not? What would gravity's way of being a bitch be? I guess because like things falling on you too, like falling rocks is not cool too. But like you know how I've been to Colorado before, and like when you drive, like I didn't drive, but when you're riding, there's like watch out for falling rocks or whatever on like by the mountains. That's just gravity being like, fuck you. Whoops. I know you were just driving on your Sunday, but I'm just gonna crush your car. See you later, motherfucker.
I guess.
Like that's gravity being a bitch right there.
I guess. Okay.
Avalanches.
Avalanches.
Also gravity being a bitch.
Sure.
Mudslides. Gravity can be a
Most
lot of a bitch. So I would say falling. Yeah, that's one of the many
When was
ways
the last
that
time you
gravity can be a
fell?
bitch. Oh, dude, I fall all the time.
Do you?
I fell going up the stairs the other day. I was running and I like missed. I stepped on the edge of it.
That's unfortunate. Did anybody see you?
No.
Good.
You ever do the like you're reading your phone or whatever and you think you're at the bottom step, so you
Oh,
take
yeah.
one more step. You go, oh, no.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that's
the
not cool.
worst.
But that's not technically a fall. But yeah, I would say falling is a good way for gravity to be a bitch.
Okay, I could be on board with that.
All right. Alec Frey, Frey, F-R-E-I.
I'm gonna say Fry.
Alec Fry
Like Glenn Fry.
says, "Are there more random things to fuck in the house if you're a boy or a girl?"
A girl.
Because you can just insert anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't really.
I mean, you gotta have a hole, right? Like just
Yeah.
fruits. We got our fruits.
All of the fruits, all of the vegetables.
The show Weeds taught me that a banana
Remotes.
peel apparently is a good one.
Is a good one for guys.
I guess the couch cushions, you could do that. Pillows. But definitely there's way more things with
Way more.
Just
It's
like
you can
all of
get-
these tripods right here, like
Yeah.
each
You can get,
side,
like a spoon,
two bottles.
a bottle,
Bottles right there. Phones. We got phones. We got microphones.
that vibrate.
All kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely say that there are more random things to fuck in a house if you're a girl.
I feel it.
That's a good question, though, Alec.
Yeah.
Thinking outside the box right there. He's asking the hard-hitting questions.
Good question.
Joe Stoddard says, churches, the original book club.
Could be.
I mean, you're kind of meeting to talk about a book.
Talk about a certain book. Yes. I would have to say yes.
I'd like to start a Wikipedia club on our podcast.
And just talk about random Wikipedia articles.
Well, we'll be like, hey, next week we're gonna Wikipedia Godzilla, and then we're all just gonna discuss it and see what we got from Wikipedia. We could even add things because
Do you ever get
that's how
trapped in
Wikipedia
those
does.
Wikipedia
all the
wormholes?
time, all the time.
All the goddamn time. I forget which one I was trapped like the other night.
I was watching because UFC 213's coming up. Amanda Nunes is fighting, and Yoel Romero is one of my favorite fighters. So I was watching some of his fights, and then on each person, he's fighting Derek Brunson. Let me go look up Derek Brunson's record. And I was just like, God damn it! All I'm doing is looking. Oh, and he fought this guy. He originally beat so and so. So then I clicked that guy, and I was like, all right. All I've been doing is looking at random UFC fighters' Wikipedias for like 2 hours now. I gotta find something else to do. But Wikipedia club I think is something we need to start. But churches definitely were probably the original book club. Like that's why you met every Sunday to talk about the good word.
The good word. Yes.
I like when people call it the good word.
I agree.
Sean Kometz writes in, and he says, "Is egg drop soup the clumsiest of all soups?"
Probably. Egg drop soup is good.
Egg drops.
Do you like egg drop soup?
Yeah. I mean,
love
it's like
it.
I would rather go wonton. I'm a wonton guy.
okay.
If we're going Asian soups.
Yeah. Well, we've not had the pho yet.
Not the pho.
I mean, that's
At a
Vietnamese.
Chinese restaurant, I'll go wonton.
You a fan of the egg drop, Robert?
You guys just talk about a bunch of things I have not.
I've never heard about.
What
You've
is-
never heard of egg drop
Robert
soup?
just learns every week.
Robert
a little
learns
bit. He goes home and
everything.
he just Googles all the shit we
Yeah,
talk
he goes
about.
in Wikipedia's
Yeah.
everything. He's like, what? Wiki?
Do you really like Google half of the stuff we're talking about?
Some of the things, yeah.
Some of the-
He's like editing. He's like, "What is that?"
Zima? What the fuck?
Zima. I've never heard of this.
Egg drop soup is like a. How would you describe egg drop soup? It's thick.
You drop an egg into a soup
Yeah.
and you mix the soup broth.
Pretty much.
I would assume that's probably exactly where
It's
it
good.
got the name.
It's good.
But it
Yeah.
is pretty clumsy. You dropped an egg into there, maybe. Like tomato soup, I would say could be a clumsy soup because you literally just dropped a tomato, maybe. But it wouldn't be tomato drop soup. But I would say egg drop soup definitely number one on my list.
Do you guys eat a lot of soup?
You know what? I do eat a lot of soup. I had some soup. Like, I realized recently, if you're going to do Campbell's, you might as well just do Campbell's Chunky. Campbell's Chunky is better than any
that's what I go
fucking
with.
Campbell's.
I go with that the gumbo they have.
They've
It's
got
pretty
good
dope.
gumbo soup. They've got good, like, chicken pot pie soup, which is dope. And then a chicken noodle. Just plain, classic chicken noodle is delicious. But yeah, there's nothing, to me, one of the best lunches is soup and a sandwich. Indeed.
Yeah,
Soup
that's a
and
good
sandwich.
go-to.
That's just an easy, cheap, quick soup and sandwich.
Are you a big soup guy yourself?
No, not really.
Soup is good.
Not really.
It's easy. It's cheap.
It's very cheap.
Very cheap.
It's very cheap. I like that about it. All right, our final question of the week comes from our boy Zach Williams. Welcome back. And he says, heroin. More like Haraloos.
What?
Heroin.
Oh, heroin.
Because you don't win when you're doing heroin. Because
Haraloos. I get it. I told you about my heroin gaff when I was in New Hampshire. How it's such an epidemic there. I know I told you about this. But apparently people are dying left and right from heroin. And I knew that going into New Hampshire. And when I was hanging out with some people I met there, I made like a joke about heroin. And they looked at me like all the air had been sucked out of their room. Like, dude, I lost like 4 friends last year to heroin.
so your friends make poor choices. That's what you're telling me.
Pretty much.
Thinning out the herd. We
Heroin
talk about
is
it all the
no
time.
fucking joke.
But we talk about it all the time. We gotta thin out the herd somehow.
I hate, one of my least favorite scenes in Pulp Fiction is when he's shooting up the heroin and you see like the blood going into the fucking.
Or on Sopranos when Christopher would do that shit.
I hate
Christopher!
that. Christopher
Moltisanti.
was on the heroin?
Yeah, dude, he kept doing it.
I
in
never
his
watched
foot.
The Sopranos.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh yeah, he kept having to sneak it, dude, and then
No, I never watched.
I'm not gonna
The
give it
Sopranos.
away. I'm not gonna give it
I know,
away,
I
but it's
gotta-
part of his downfall.
I gotta watch it one of these days.
But yeah, I would say Harold Lewis. Like I've never really like. Apparently, like the high sounds like it's great, but like I've never heard anybody like have like great stories of like, man, I did heroin and this happened.
Yeah.
Like you have guys that did coke and were successful.
Sure.
I've never known like a super successful like everyday heroin user.
Yeah. Casually.
So maybe stay away from that. Yeah, but I would definitely say it's Harold Lewis. Good call, Zach.
Good call indeed.
Now, guys, you're our pals already, right? You're basically our lawyers. You're our counsel because we have what is it? Lawyer-client privilege right now. So basically, if we're saying anything offensive, you guys can't repeat it because attorney-client. That's what it is.
There you go.
So basically, if we've said anything offensive, you guys can't repeat it because we got that privilege now. So everything we say stays between us. Let's keep this between us. But if you wanted to tell other people, just go to iTunes and review us 5 stars and just roast us. Talk shit about Chris. Talk shit about the Dallas Cowboys and that Ezekiel. It might be a little chubby. And just review us 5 stars. Share us with a friend, guys. That'd be super awesome because that's how we get discovered. And you guys are the OGs that showed other people stuff like that. Keep watching. Watch Big Brother. Make sure you watch Big Brother. Tweet us. Should we live tweet Big Brother? We're gonna live tweet the first episode of Big Brother.
Yep.
We will. Okay. And we're gonna make Bobby jokes. We're gonna make Bobby jokes watch. He better fucking watch. All right. Anything else? Anyone?
I think that's it, man.
At
Can't
Pass the
wait for
Gravy
Big
Pod.
Brother.
Yeah, go Big Brother. At Pass the Gravy Pod. At Alex J Middleton. At Chris Hogan 82. At
Real Chris Hogan, Dick.
or at Real Chris Hogan. Excuse me, you're the one changing your Twitter handle all the time. And then at Robert Barbosa 03. And you guys have a great week. And until then, till next time, pass the gravy. Beaches.